Welcome to McAllen's Veterans Memorial Stadium. I'm Jake Berry, this is Maddie Coffin, and you're watching The Sideline. All right, we have a really good game for everyone here today. Victoria East has traveled all the way down to the City of Palms to face off with the McAllen Bulldogs. How you doing, Maddie?
City of Palms. Kind of like how you put that in there. Tonight's going to be a really good game tonight. Victoria East, thank you for coming all the way down here to McAllen, the City of Palms. Jake Berry, lead us off.
Well, we have two teams that haven't got into non-district play. Non-district play doesn't start till next week. Victoria East comes into the game 1-1, whereas the Bulldogs are 1-2. And this is an interesting matchup because the Bulldogs, last time they played at home, they played PSJ Memorial and they won.
Oh, they won big, didn't they? They won big that game.
Yeah, and this one, I don't know if they've seen a running back quite like what Victoria East brings to the table, and we'll talk about him later.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, East comes in with a great record, or with a great stats record, but they have to play here, and the Bulldogs have played tough here at home.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir, they have.
Well, we had a chance to talk to Coach Brewer earlier in the week, and we're going to play that package.
Defensively, we've got to stop the run. We've got to win first down. We've got to create turnovers. Offensively, we got to be consistent. We got to eliminate turnovers. We got to stay in normal down and distance situations and keep drives moving and have drives, end in points. Victoria East, very, very fine football team. Coach Gonzalez does a great job with this program. His kids play hard. They're very talented, and it's going to be a good match for us.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching The Sideline, brought to you by BridgeNet Communications, and we'll be right back.
Ever since I was young, I've had a passion for science, and I really hope to change the world through chemistry.
All right, welcome back to the The Sideline on McAllen's Veteran Memorial Stadium. Sorry, I'm getting my shows all mixed up. But looking at stats right now, McAllen comes in with a very balanced attack. Through the air, they're throwing the ball at 137 yards per game, while they're rushing the ball at about 133 yards per game. It's a little bit different for Victoria East.
Yeah, Victoria East actually is a little bit more rushing than, kind of like McAllen. They come in with 274 rushing yards, 179 passing yards. Their average total for yards per game is 433 yards per game, but they are really big on rushing. Their running back, Tomlinson, averages 192 yards per game. Their leader, though, J.R. Cortez, averages, as a team, they average 30 points per game. So their offense is pretty good, but they're a rushing attack offense. So let's see what Mackay does with that.
And one of the offensive players that McAllen will lean on tonight is Gunnar Henderson, one of the most explosive players in the Valley. We had a chance this week to sit down with Gunnar, or actually right here on the field, and talk to him about this season.
I think we have to play together. We have to play as one. And we just have to do what our coaches say because they have the best game plan for us to win. We're confident in our preparation, and I think we're excited. We get to play a team out of the Valley, and they come into our house on a Friday night, and nothing's better than Friday nights in Texas, so we're excited.
All right, now looking at this game, this is one of those, and we looked at it last night with the game last night, but tonight, it's the last non-district game. Don't want to say it's the last unmeasured game, but this game you can lose, and it doesn't really affect you.
Definitely. This game kind of sets the tone for the district. My earring just fell off. This game kind of sets the tone, right, for district play. You kind of want to go into district with a win, right?
Yeah, and nothing's more important than this one. Next week we start district play, and everything from now on will actually count. But this is where you fine-tune, bring in players that you haven't seen, and you want to get them reps, and you want to keep everybody healthy.
Yes, definitely keep everybody healthy tonight.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have Mark May with one of our student groups.
And we're back here on the sideline. My name is Mark May. We're here with the McAllen High School Cheerleaders. Let's hear for the cheerleaders. And that's first of all, these are all seniors right here, so let's get your names.
Hi, I'm Captain. I'm Gabby.
Hi, I'm Captain. I'm Jen.
Hi, I'm Brianna.
Hi, I'm Taylor.
Hi, I'm Victoria.
All right, who can tell me about the Mackay Bulldogs cheerleading program?
Well, we work really hard, and last year we were finalists at state and nationals, so we're hoping to do even better this year, and we're just doing our best to cheer on the football team.
When do you all go to competition?
We go to competition around November. We have regionals in November, and then we do state in December, and then around January we go to Florida to compete at nationals.
Now, a lot of people, they don't think of cheerleading as athletics, as a sport, but it is, isn't it?
Yes, I believe cheer is a sport.
And why is that?
Because our sport is we are a very contact sport, and we carry other individuals in the air.
And you don't have it off season, right?
No,
you guys go the whole year.
All year.
And what would you say to maybe some middle school girls out there who are interested in cheerleading? What would you tell them about the Mackay program?
I would definitely say that you need to come very prepared. You have to start getting tumbling, work on your stunts, get sharp on your motions. Like, we have a very high rigor.
And finally, I know y'all have adopted a campaign, Choose to Matter. a couple of years ago. Who can tell me about what Choose to Matter is about?
Choose to Matter started as a suicide prevention program, but now we venture out and we tell people that they matter and they have a genius to tell and share with the world.
Well, okay, finally, ladies, let me hear from all 5 of you. Who's going to win the football game tonight?
We are!
All right, let's hear it for the Bulldogs, the McAllen Cheerleaders. We'll go ahead and take a quick break. The sideline will continue with Maddie and Jake right after this.
Ever since I was young, I've had a passion for science, and I really hope to change the world through chemistry.
Right, and welcome back to the sideline here at McAllen's Veterans Memorial Stadium. I'm Jake Berry. This is Maddie Kaufman. Maddie, during the break, we actually saw your picture on the commercial.
Yeah, you did. Talking about how McAllen produces one of the most, I guess, no one else in the Valley really produces Division I athletes like McAllen ISD does. So that's what it's talking about. I was a Division I athlete for 4 years. I ran track at Stephen F. Austin, McAllen Memorial grad in 2013. So.
But where do you work now?
I do actually work at Mac High now. So now they're kind of trading me over to be a Bulldog. It's a little tough, but you know it's kind of paying off. Mac High is kind of like a family unit. We kind of all stick together. The pep rally today was really nice.
And you know this coaching staff pretty well.
I do. I really do actually. I've actually kind of started to get to know them really well this year. It's been really good.
Well, I think if you look at this game, if McAllen can keep the turnovers down, we'll be okay tonight. But we've got to go to wrap right now. We've got to go to break. When we come back, you'll see Mark May and Mario Reyna right before the game. You're watching the sideline, presented by BridgeNet Communications. Excuse me.
BridgeNet Communications, yes, sir.
Victoria East Titan. Number 1, Brandon Tomlinson. Number 25, Grant Baker. 32, Dylan Moeller. And number 90, Malachi Adams.
Todavía. Is that? Is that? Yes. Thank you. That's what I told Jesus. I told the same thing to Jesus. That all the batteries, these ones, they're dead. And he said, yeah, I can't charge them. No, they're dead. I get one with the box, it's dead. And I got another one, dead. Remember yesterday we were doing the live? We're coming to you from the city of Palms. Tonight, it's football night in McAllen featuring the Victoria East Titans in town to visit the McAllen High Bulldogs. The two teams will grind it out next on football night in McAllen.
Gonzalez Furniture can help you reestablish your credit.
So if you have bad credit or no credit, no problem.
Gonzalez can help you finance any item in the store with no credit check.
Plus free valley-wide delivery.
Gonzalez Furniture, your discount furniture store.
From kickoff here on football night in McAllen. Tonight, the McAllen Bulldogs and the Victoria East Titans are going to knock heads here at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. I'm Mark May here along with Mario Reyna. And Mario, what are your keys for tonight's game?
Well, you know, we're in week 4. Mac High has to minimize their mistakes. They haven't had a complete game. They got to have a complete game tonight against a good Victoria East team. Second key, scout report shows that they have a lot of speed. Will the Bulldogs be able to contain that speed? And like always, in most games, the turnovers can play a big factor.
I know Victoria East, they're a perennial playoff power. They come in with a lot of size, don't they?
They sure do. They have the size, they have the speed, they have the talent. They're kind of young, so we'll have to see how it plays out. But it all goes back to the Bulldogs. They got to play their game, and it's got to be complete: offense, defense, special teams, and minimize mistakes.
This is the last tune-up before the non-district slate ends and teams hit the district schedule in District 36A. So we'll continue in just a moment here on our pregame show. You're watching Football Night in McAllen. Here we are on Football Night at McAllen. Victoria East Titans are in town. It's the first time a Victoria team has been in McAllen in 53 years, taking on the McAllen Bulldogs. And we're just about set for the national anthem, so we'll pause to hear the national anthem out there. There's the Mac High JROTC unit, and we'll come back with the starters.
Dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
excellent job by Miss Gina Eason, a member of the choir here at McAllen High School, and also one of the steppers, part of the dance team for McAllen High School. And they're the JROTC. They always do an excellent job under Mr. Raul Munguia. And getting to tonight's game, a non-district game between Victoria East and Mackay. We had the coin toss a little bit earlier. So take a look at that.
We know that McAllen Bulldogs, they won the toss market. They decided to put their offense on the field.
Yeah, Mackay will receive. Victoria East will be kicking off and receive in the second half. The Mackay Bulldog captains tonight, Roy Gutierrez, the running back, and then 3 defensive backs, Braden Morales, Christian Villarreal, and Sosa. And there's Victoria East right there, getting ready to come out of their run-through. They're wearing the white jerseys tonight with the red helmets and the gold pants and the black numerals. The McAllen Bulldogs will be wearing their traditional purple, the jerseys and the helmets, and then the white pants and the golden bulldog emblazoned on the side of the helmet. So Mackay comes in with 1 win and 2 losses, and the Titans come in with 1 win and 1 loss. We see the officials here for tonight.
And this officials spend the night here, Mark, because they also officiated last night's game here. Fort Sasser, Luben Garcia, Eusebio Alvarado, Dennis Cantu, and Gabriel Garza.
Yeah, the same crew that officiated last night's game between the Mustangs and the Los Fresnos Falcons. And I believe it'll be the same crew again next week, our next broadcast, which will be Nikki Rose, district opener against La Jolla Juarez Lincoln. And we'll have that game for you right here on www.McAllenisd.org. But first, this game here between the Bulldogs and the Titans getting ready to kick off as we take a look at the starting lineup for the McAllen Bulldogs. The quarterback, J.R. Cortez, who has passed for over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns this season. Gutierrez is in the backfield, so leading rusher. And then Martinez, Solis, Hetler, and Henderson. Henderson, the leading receiver on this team. And there we see the offensive line and 3 seniors and 2 juniors. 2 new starters there in the guard, Norbert Trevino, and tackle Zach Mejia. As we take a look at the defensive starters for the Titans, Malachi Adams is on the defensive end, and Celestino Alve, and then Abram Delio. And then the linebackers, they run a 3-4 front, so they have Bueno, Arambula, Troggett, and Patton. And then the secondary will be Moeller, Ibanez, Ramos, and Suarez. 2 seniors, 2 juniors there in their secondary. So overall, it's a pretty experienced defense. 8 seniors and 3 juniors for Victoria East. As we take a look at Gunnar Henderson, senior wide receiver, standing back to receive the kickoff. And Victoria East kicker Jack Troggett will kick it off. And there we go. We're underway. The Bulldogs moving from left to right. They'll field the ball. It'll be right at the goal line. This looks like Henderson across the 10, has room. A seam at the 20. Still going at the 30. Now breaks across another man at the 40. Now it's a foot race. He's in Titan territory. He's at the 30. Outracing the entire defense at the 10. And it's a touchdown. A touchdown for the Bulldogs. Gunnar Henderson goes 100 yards to the house. And the Bulldogs are in front.
Wow. Took 15 seconds, Mark. And Gunnar Henderson, once he caught the ball, I wasn't sure if he was going to come out with it, but he decided to go with it. Great decision. Went up the middle and saw a big opening, wide opening, and he pretty much let his speed do the rest for him.
His 5th touchdown of the season. That leads the team, and yeah, he's got that terrific speed. They like to use him so many different ways, as a runner, as a receiver, and as a returner. Even can play some defense. And 100-yard kickoff return, and the Bulldogs are on top. Here's Maldonado to attempt the extra point. His kick is up and away, and it is good. Holder was C.J. Gonzalez, and our score after just 15 seconds, it's the Mackay Bulldogs 7 and Victoria East nothing. We'll take another look at that touchdown run. This is electric there by Gunnar Henderson. And you're right, Mario. He could have let this go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback and elected to run it out. And what a great decision that was.
Absolutely, Mark. And that's the type of player Gunnar Henderson is.
I don't think anyone touched him.
No, and he wants to take any opportunity he has a chance. And I'm sure you could put that in many of his highlight reels that we are accustomed to seeing.
We'll take a break. Back in a moment on Football Night in McAllen. Your child is family. Embraced with academic rigor, life skills, and enrichment, our students earn college credit, associate's degrees, licenses and certifications, and advanced diplomas. McAllen ISD. And here we're back for the kickoff. Sam Maldonado approaches, kicks this one high, a little bit short. He fielded at the 10-yard line where it's muffed, and they picked up at the 15, run forward up to about the 20, dodges the tackler as a flag goes down. Now across the 30 and a big return out all the way to the 40-yard line for Victoria East. I think that was number 3, Sean Kiner on the return, but it might be coming back.
Yes, Mark, unfortunately for Kiner, who did a good job on after he muffed the ball, picked it up, had a good run, but it's going to come back on a holding.
Illegal formation on the kicking team. There were only 3 players on the left of the side of the kicker.
Now I know
5
why.
yards will be added to the end of the run. First down, Victoria East.
Wow, unusual call. You don't hear that very often.
And I thought there was a holding out there, but when I saw referee Ford Sasser talking to Coach Gonzalez, and I realized that it was going to be a penalty on the Bulldogs.
So they
Kiner
run it out to
credit for a fine run back.
Run it out to the 38-yard line, then they tack on 5 more yards, so it'll be first and 10 at the 43-yard line. And what was unusual was the flag was down the field. It wasn't near where the kickoff took place.
And thank you for helping me out, Mark. That's why I thought there was a holding.
And handoff to number 1, Brandon Tumlinson. And Tumlinson around the left edge and has big yardage, probably enough for a first down into Bulldog territory at about the 47-yard line.
And the Bulldog defense should expect this. This is his 46th carry of the year, coming in here, Mark, with an 8.5 average, 383 yards, and scored 5 touchdowns. So expect a lot of Tumlinson tonight.
Jack Bramble on the tackle as quarterback Grant Baker rolls out right and hits the receiver Garrett Gregory, and this looks like another first down, a pickup of about 11.
And right on cue, Mark, expect Victoria East. They're very balanced. They like to spread you, but it's like a 50-50 team. They like to throw and they like to run.
Yeah, they're especially deadly with the run, averaging close to 275 yards per game. A team with a high-octane offense. They average 30.5 per game as they hand off. This is Tumlinson up the middle and has good yardage to about the 26-yard line before a gang of Bulldogs bring him down. And this is actually close to another first down.
Quarterback Grant Baker, Mark, comes into this game 23 for 50 for 318 yards. So you know he's got a great arm.
It's going to be second down and 2, actually. They put 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and it looks like people moved. And this will move it back.
And that's something that Coach Gonzalez was talking to me before the game, Mark. At the last game, they had 13 penalties for 110 yards.
False start on the offense. Everybody but the center. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
And there we see the quarterback is Grant Baker, the lone senior in that backfield. They're very young. Tumlinson, and then those 4 receivers, Splinter, Sanchez, Patton, and Gregory. Sanchez is their leading receiver. And Patton is a little bit banged up here tonight. He may not see much action. The offensive line, 2 sophomores and 3 juniors. They're very young on offense with only 2 seniors starting. Here's a handoff. Tumlinson again breaks a couple of tackles inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. A pickup of 8 and a first down.
What quickness and explosion demonstrated here by Tumlinson. If you look at the defensive line, Mark.
Yeah, the 4 D linemen for Mackay tonight: Antonio Rodriguez, Moses Mendez, Carlos Rivera, and Malachi Dames. And an incomplete pass as we come back to action. So it'll be second down and 10. As we take a look at the linebackers, Gagne making his first start tonight. He's a sophomore. Then Rene Garcia, Wilbert Murillo over there. And then the secondary, Bramble, Chiquito, the leading tackler, Garcia, and Potter. And then here on second down and 10, they toss it left to Tumlinson, and he has some good yardage up to about the 16-yard line before he's brought down by Bramble.
And so far, that offensive line for the Titans showing that they want to control this game.
We'll take a look at that replay. And here on 3rd and 2, they go no huddle, try to ram it forward. And This looks like it might be enough. They needed the 15-yard line. So we take a look. It was a quarterback sneak by Baker. You can see it's just a massive humanity there. And it was enough for a first down as he picked up 3 yards.
Another penalty on the Titans. Already with 2 penalties, Mark.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 3 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Last week they had 13 penalties.
9:35 to go here in the first quarter. Bulldogs ran the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. They lead 7-0. This is the Titans' first possession. So we see Flinner lined up there in your foregrounds. They hand this off to Tomlinson. Thinks inside, goes outside. Hit at the 15 and then goes down as there is a flag come in. Tomlinson down at the 11-yard line after a gain of 7. This might be a face mask.
Chiquito on a tackle.
Illegal block in the back. Number 3 on the offense. That's a 10-yard
Another
penalty.
Mark.
We'll replay first down.
Check out this run. Look at that quickness, Mark, the strength.
Yeah, Tomlinson's big, 5'11", 180 pounds, and he's quick.
The defender tried to tackle him, and he used that stiff arm.
So officially becomes a 3-yard penalty as they go to Tomlinson, who slips and falls down at about the 17-yard line. So it's a gain of only 4. You see it was a pitch left. Helping out on the tackle there was Wilbert Murillo. 8:40 to play here in the first quarter. Shotgun snap to Baker, who drops the football but picks it up on the bounce. Rolling to his right, wants to keep it now, picks up a block, hit at the line of scrimmage, and fights his way forward up to about the 11-yard line. And
that shows you, Mark, what a good
first
athlete
down.
Grant Baker is. He turns a potential 10-yard loss into a gain and makes it a reasonable 3rd and 8 situation.
Correction, it's not a first down. It's a 3rd and 8 now as they throw this to the left side, and Flinner on a slant can't come up with the football. It's incomplete. And it'll be 4th down and 8.
It looks like the Titans will go ahead. Take a look at the replay.
Yeah, it looked like Flinner just cut short his route there, and that Baker was anticipating that he would continue to run inside.
The Titans will go for that field goal.
So the Titans are set up at the 17. This will be a 27-yard attempt from the right hash mark. Troggett is the kicker, and the kick is a line drive and no good. It's off to the left. And the 27-yard attempt goes awry, and the score remains McAllen 7, Victoria East nothing. The Bulldogs will take over with 7:59 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back with more Football Night in McAllen.
One of the big advantages of having your child come to McAllen School District is they have a registered nurse at each and every campus. Our registered nurses are readily available for all our students, and our focus is on your child's success.
And back here on Football Night at McAllen as the Bulldogs on first down at their own 20 run this forward for a gain of 3. So we take a look at the replay. It's a handoff to Roy Gutierrez.
Gutierrez comes into this game, Mark, with 268 yards.
Yeah, 2nd down and 7 now for the Bulldogs. They put 3 men in the backfield, quarterback in the gun. Cortez going to hand this off to Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar Henderson with movement into the secondary. And it looks like he has enough for a first down as he gets all the way out to the 34-yard line. A pickup of 11 yards.
And a good saving tackle here by number 41 is Gunnar Henderson putting on the moves. Take a look at this fine open field tackle by number 41.
Noah Bueno, the linebacker, as Cortez rolls out to his left on 1st and 10. Now throws it, and it's incomplete, intended for Ryan Hetler. Couldn't hang on to it, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Taking a look at the pass protection.
On the rollout.
So there was some pressure by Alvarez, the defensive tackle, and Cortez got rid of it.
The guy by Corbin Ramos.
So 2nd and 10. Cortez will hand it off to Gutierrez. Looked like an option there, but Gutierrez with it into the secondary, 1st down and more, crosses into Titans territory to the 46-yard line.
That play, it looked like Cortez was going to keep the ball, but Gutierrez took it quick. This is as fast as the Bulldogs have set up. So quick, Mark.
Yeah, they go no huddle and hand that off, and it looks like they lost a yard, actually. It was a 20-yard pickup the previous play by Gutierrez, then
we didn't even have
-1.
a chance to see the replay of that fine run up the middle by Gutierrez.
Bulldogs quickly huddle up, and they're lined up with still 20 on the play clock. Snap to Cortez, handoff to Gutierrez up the middle. Has a little bit of space to about the 45-yard line, a gain of only 2. And it'll be 3rd down and long.
Bueno once again, Mark, on that tackle.
You see Coach Kevin Brewer on the sideline there. Under 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Bulldogs. Bulldogs facing 3rd and 9. Cortez wants to throw, drifting back. Now throws to the right side. It's incomplete, intended for Hetler once again. It'll bring up 4th down. Bueno was on the coverage.
And Mark, as we recall earlier in the season, Coach Brewer didn't hesitate to go on a couple of times on 4th down, but it looks like they are going to be punting.
So Tito Cantu in there to punt. He's averaging 41 yards a punt.
Nobody dropping back for the Titans. Now they are.
And that ball drifts out of bounds. We'll see where they spot it. Out past the 15-yard line. And at the 23 is where they'll spot the football. So 5:36 to go here in the first quarter, and the Bulldogs still lead it 7-0 off a 100-yard kickoff return by Gunnar Henderson on the opening kickoff. This will be Victoria East's second possession. Their first possession ended in a missed field goal from 27 yards out. Here they start at their own 23-yard line. And there's going to be a wraparound draw to Tumlinson. Tumlinson breaks a tackle into the secondary. First down at the 30, now the 40. Dodges another tackler and then hit in Bulldog territory, goes down. A ball came out, but they say he was down. And it's a huge run there for the Titans running back.
And the mark of a good running back, Mark, is what do you do if you take a look at Tumlinson here on the rollout? He broke a tackle right there and was able to gain more yards, but he broke another tackle a lot earlier.
A gain of 34 on the play, and it's a first down in Bulldog territory at the 43-yard line. Snap to Baker, and now there's a whistle.
This is like the third penalty already.
It's a sideline warning against Victoria East. This is their first warning.
A sideline warning.
Usually means players are creeping up too close to that sideline.
Or
not supposed to be in the white.
Or maybe they're saying some things that they should be saying.
So with 5 minutes to go, here's a long pass. Left side man is wide open. That's Flinner caught at the 20, racing for the end zone, and then is pushed but I think into the end zone, he gets in there and scores the touchdown for the Titans. That completes a 43-yard touchdown pass, Baker to Flinner. Just Baker's second touchdown pass of the season as we see the Sabres, the Titans dance team. We're enjoying that. And
what a great move by Stephen Flinner. He was wide open.
Yeah, their team just 1 point away from tying this up. Troggett is the kicker. Good snap and hold. Kick is up and away, and it is good. And with 4:54 to play in the first quarter, we're all tied up 7-7. Both teams have had some big plays here early. There's another look at the touchdown as Baker connects with Flinner from 43 yards away. See the race for the end zone. Valiant tried to shove him out of bounds, but got into the end zone, and we'll be back. Football night in McAllen.
Back to the basics of car buying at Bogus. With more selection, real deals, respect for your time, and a fair price up front. Come see why it's better at Bogus. In Harlingen, in McAllen, and always at BogusFord.com.
And we're back here on Football Night in McAllen. Take a look at this replay. This is Tomlinson. See if this was a fumble. And it looks indeed like that ball came out. They had called him down by contact. Bulldogs ended up with it. So a break there for the Titans a couple of plays ago, and that helped set up the touchdown later on.
Well, one thing for sure, the official quickly made up his mind. But if that play would have come up to the booth, what would you have ruled, Mark?
Well, I would have had to rule that it was a fumble.
But how easy it is for us to look at the replay, right?
Oh, yes, yes. That's the way the game is played. You have to just deal with it and move on. Here's the kickoff by the Titans, and the Bulldogs will get about a 3-yard return, decide to down it, and recovering the ball was Jesse Rocio, and the Bulldogs will have it in pretty good field position at the, looks like the 31-yard line. We're all tied here at 7. A lot of patriotic colors there on the sideline with the Bulldog student body.
And a lot of purple. I see a lot of fan shirts from up here. Barbosa, Torres, Salinas.
Okay, here's the 1st and 10 play. This is going to be a toss to Gutierrez going to the right side. Turns the corner at the 30, has the first down as he takes a big hit right at the 40-yard line, goes out at the 41. That should be enough for a first down. He had to pay for it. That was a big hit he took.
But he's real tough. We know, Mark, a lot of his yards are tough yards, real tough yards. And
there's us in the booth.
I don't know if we get to see, but Gunnar Henderson put on a great block.
And here's Cortez wants to throw. Ball is tipped and intercepted, and now it's being run back by the Titans, and this is going to be a touchdown. The sophomore, Keon Griffin, picked up off that pass and returns it for a 41-yard interception return for a touchdown.
What great hands.
Just when it seemed like the Bulldogs were on the move, the Titans take advantage of a big play.
Mark, that's a turnover, turn into points, but Keon Griffin, that was a nice catch on his behalf.
There's the extra point up and good by Troggett, and the score with 4:23 to play here in the first quarter. It's the Titans 14 and the Bulldogs 7. We'll take a break right after this replay. As you can see, it was tipped at the line of scrimmage and then caught, intended for Henderson, and Griffin with the interception.
I don't know who tipped it. I don't know who tipped it, Mark, but yeah, that ball was a little wobbly.
And time to celebrate for the Titans team. These two teams played last year up in Victoria. Victoria won that one. And now Victoria East coming down to play here in McAllen. And, you know, the old sage, Pikey Rodriguez, longtime sports writer, told me this is the first time since 1964. So we take a look at this replay that what was then Victoria High School came down to McAllen. That was a playoff game that the Bulldogs won 14-6 as we take another look at Griffin's return TD.
Victoria used to use the stingeries or something like that.
I think so, yes.
Yeah. Well, I know, let's give credit to Jeremy Gutierrez, the linebacker. He's not ever going to get credit for anything here, Mark, but he's actually the one that tipped the ball. And because of that, it slowed the ball down, and Griffin was ready for the interception.
And here's the kickoff. It's going to be a bouncer at the 15-yard line. Picked up, run across the 30-yard line. Hit goes down at about the 34-yard line. And on the return was Dylan Martinez, the junior receiver. Now spot this actually at the 35.
Now's a good time for the Bulldog offense to get a couple of first downs, stay on the field.
And here's an end around to the right. This is Gunnar Henderson. Gets around that corner at the 40. Now the first down at the 50. Still going. And then loses his balance, it looks like, and goes out of bounds in Titan territory. And a big run there by Gunnar Henderson.
And a good block by Roy Gutierrez. Look at the replay. Check out Gunnar's eyesight. Looking forward, using that wonderful speed.
Here's Cortez, wants to throw. Looks like a lateral to Henderson, who has it at the 40 and then runs up to about the 39-yard line. It's actually going to be a loss of 2 yards.
We have a timeout for an injury.
So we take a look at this replay. See Henderson bottled up and eventually tackled by Dylan Muller, the linebacker. There's a timeout on the field right now at 3:53 to play in the first quarter. 14-7 is the score. Titans in front. The Bulldogs, who scored first with a 100-yard kickoff return by Henderson. And then the Titans answered back with a 43-yard touchdown throw from Baker to Flinner. And then they had an interception return by number 33, Keon Griffin. Let's take a break. You're watching Football Night in McAllen. Back in a moment.
Bank, our goal is to help you grow and prosper with the right financial tools, quality customer service, and banking done with honesty and integrity. Rio Bank, your kind of bank, your kind of banker.
And we're back, second down and 12. Bulldogs at the Titan 39-yard line. Snap to Cortez, handoff Gutierrez, has good room, follows his lead blocker all the way to the 30-yard line. And that will bring up third down and short. I think that was Arturo Ochoa who was a lead blocker there for him. There we see our weather. Beautiful night for football here in McAllen. And handoff on third down and 3. This is going to be close. That was Gutierrez on the carry. I think he needed the 27, and that's right where they have it spotted at the moment. And
now
they
get the first down.
Yeah, now they signal first down.
Exactly what the Bulldogs needed, Mark. Stay on the field for a little while, keep the defense, get them a little rest.
And the Bulldog cheerleaders, they were featured on the pregame show this evening on Facebook. Our pregame show now live on Facebook about an hour before the game as Gutierrez, big hole up the middle, across the 20 to about the 19, gain of 8 on the play.
The Bulldogs right up the middle, the offensive line, Arturo Ochoa, Rick Salinas, Roberto Trevino, opening up some holes for Gutierrez.
You take a look at that replay, you can see Gutierrez is good 3 or 4 yards down the field before he's hit. Brought down by a couple of defenders, 28 Corbin Ramos and number 40 Abram DeLeo. And here goes off tackle right. Gutierrez again to about the 17-yard line, a gain of 2.
We know Gutierrez is a workhorse. He loves to run the ball right between the tackles. You know, we have running backs, Mark, that get a lot of yardage on the outside. Gutierrez likes to get his yards up the middle.
Another first down for the Bulldogs at the Titans 17. Now they come out with 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Gutierrez in the backfield with Cortez. It'll be Gutierrez getting the call, hit in the backfield, and he's going to be bottled up for a loss. So the Titans ready for that one. The Bulldogs were trying to spread out the defense, hoping that would open up a lane for Gutierrez. So the Titans did a good job of fighting off their blocks.
Right away, number 62 for the Titans did a good job of messing up the play, and that's Michael Clark.
So a loss of a yard. Minute 34 to play here in the first quarter. Clock is running. Cortez going to toss us to Henderson on a reverse to the right. They string it out, and Henderson has really nowhere to go as to go out of bounds at about the 20, and it's a loss of 2 more yards.
Good job by the Victoria East Titan defense, not overcommitting. And anytime a speedster like Gunnar Henderson cannot get around you, that means the defense did a good job. And a good job by Gunnar Henderson. No need to try to force anything and take a hit that's not necessary.
Bueno, the closest defender on the play, as Cortez wants to throw on 3rd and 14, going to left side. This is caught by Dylan Martinez, has the first down inside the 10, down near the 5-yard line.
Good job by Dylan Martinez to be patient, make sure he caught the ball first, and then put on the move to get those necessary yards. Good protection for Cortez. Good pass, right where it needed to be. First and goal for the Bulldogs at the 4-yard line.
Excellent job, as Martinez did not have the first down when he caught it. Was able to pick it up with the run after the catch. Handoff Gutierrez on 1st and goal at the 4, and he's hit and knocked down at the line of scrimmage. It being 2nd down and goal.
These, right down where they're at, those are the difficult yards to get, Mark.
So look at that replay. See just a wall he ran into. I think that might have been Alvarez, the big
like
nose tackle.
Alvarez was there.
Also helping out was Bueno again. We called his name several times already. 45 seconds left in the quarter. 2nd down and goal. Handoff Gutierrez at the left. No, it's a quarterback keeper going to the right. This is Cortez. He goes in. Touchdown. Great fake to Gutierrez. And Cortez keeps it and gets in for the touchdown. And the Bulldogs 1 point away from tying up this game.
And after having a lot of plays up the middle with Roy Gutierrez, the defense for the Titans expected another run up the middle. And J.R. Cortez, like you said, Mark, with a great fake.
It'll be C.J. Gonzalez to hold. Maldonado extra point attempt. It looks like they might have got a piece of it, but he got it up and away, and it's good. And with 38 seconds left in the first quarter, we're all tied 14-14. And here's a look at the replay as Cortez gave that fake to Gutierrez. Great stiff arm, too, at about the 3-yard line, and then extended the ball as he crossed the plane of the goal line in for the touchdown. His first rushing touchdown of the season. And the Bulldogs have tied it up 14-14, and we're still in the first quarter. We'll continue after this. You're watching Football Night in McAllen. McAllen ISD is the heartbeat of the community. Students can earn up to 60 college credit hours and even an associate's degree while still in high school, saving families time and money. McAllen ISD, excellent since 1908. And we're back here on Football Night in McAllen. Let's take one more look at that touchdown by Cortez. There's the junior quarterback. Great stiff arm there, and then went in for the score. Put his team into a tie situation, 14-14. Here's the kickoff by Maldonado. It's going to be fielded about the 7-yard line. Titans running it back, trying to get to the right side of the field after catching it on the left side, and runs it all the way up to the 19-yard line. Had to run 50 yards to get there. That was Sean Kiner on the return.
Excellent job by Mallard, a sophomore defensive back, having an opportunity to play. And I do look out into the stands, Mark. There's quite a few shirts here, purple, supporting Mallard.
See Kiner's return once again. And a big tackle there at about the 19.
And Mark, what a great response after giving up a pick 6 for the Bulldogs to come back and score.
Yeah, I love that response. They didn't let themselves get down or discouraged. They come right back and lead it. As here's a big hit here that leads to an incompletion. Pass intended for Ethan White. Hit him in the hands, but the Bulldog broke it up. Who is that?
And that is number 18. Is he the one? I thought it was number 19 or 18.
Yeah, number...
Zach
I think
Garcia,
number 18.
Zach Garcia making sure that the receiver did not hang on to that ball.
Yeah, great play by Garcia. Now here's Baker wants to throw, is flushed out, throws it back to the left, and it's incomplete again after it appeared to hit Tomlinson in the hands. They haven't gone to him very often. This is only the third time, or would have been just his third catch of the season, but he's picked up big yardage, was averaging about 18 yards a catch coming in. But this brings up 3rd down and 10. Yeah, Bulldogs playing some inspired defense right now. 18 seconds left in the first quarter. There's been a lot of fireworks, 4 touchdowns already. Baker wants to throw, has plenty of time, is going deep down the middle, and it's tipped and incomplete. Intended for Flinner, who caught the 43-yard touchdown earlier in the quarter. But this one's incomplete, and it's 4th and 10.
Good job by the secondary for the Bulldogs. They actually had the safety and 2 other defensive backs on this play.
Oh, yes, very nearly picked off by the Bulldogs, Jackson Helmkamp.
I think I saw his mother today at a restaurant.
And here's Troggett with the punt, his first punt of the night. And this takes a bounce over Gunnar Henderson's head, but Henderson does pick it up at 27, returns it to about the 32 before he's knocked down, and that's the end of the quarter. So after one, had quite a bit of action. We're all tied up 14-14. An exciting quarter as we go to break. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
Your child is family. Embraced with academic rigor, life skills, and enrichment, our students earn college credit, associate's degrees, licenses and certifications, and advanced diplomas. McAllen ISD.
And we're back here on Football Night in McAllen. I'm Mark May with Mario Reyna. Hope you're enjoying it. The Titans and Bulldogs tied up at 14. And first half numbers for you. Mackay had 96 yards on the ground, 14 through the air for a total of 110 yards with 8 first downs. And then Victoria East in the first quarter, 82 yards rushing, 54 passing for 136 total yards and 5 first downs.
And Mark, this first quarter was very important for the Bulldogs to stay in the game, and it being 14-14 because we know last week they had a real difficult time at Los Fresnos, and they got beat pretty bad. So this is a very important quarter for the Bulldogs to gain some confidence, especially since district play begins next week.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs
That's the first announcement I've ever heard from a referee that the officials are working on the chain.
Working on the chain gang. Yeah, the Mackay Bulldogs will open against the La Jolla Coyotes. That'll be on October the 5th, and that'll be in La Jolla, that game. Let's take another look at the touchdowns. They take a look at the chains there. This is the opening kickoff of the evening, fielded by Gunnar Henderson at his own goal line. And he's going to take it all the way to the other goal line. You can see plenty of Titans gave chase, but Henderson with his elite speed took it all the way in, and the Bulldogs led 7-0. Then the Titans answered back, and they had a big play of their own, a 43-yard connection from Baker to Flinner. And that went in, tied at 7-7. And then the Titans would get an interception return to take a touchdown lead, 14-7, and then Cortez on the fake, and then keeper went in for the touchdown, and the Bulldogs tied it up 14-14. And we're just about to start the second quarter. As soon as they can fix the chains, not sure how they're this is all tangled up there. I think they've got that straightened out now. And there you can see a great shot of the crowd here tonight. Very full on the home side.
Yeah, they're having a lot of fun.
Cheerleaders.
A lot of fun out here. If you haven't been to a football game
we're
here
ready to resume
at
play.
McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium, you need to come out, check out the scoreboard. Where
they see each other on their scoreboard right there, and they start cheering. They're an excited bunch. Yep, student body here at McAllen, an excited, spirited bunch. They're ready to start the second quarter. Teams have switched in, so the Bulldogs now going from right to left. And there's the shotgun snap is fumbled, and Cortez has to fall on it. And that'll be second down after a loss.
Those are the type of mistakes that by now, Mark, in game 4, week 4, they should not be happening. It's like giving a play away. Ball was a little low. Cortez did the right thing.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, didn't panic or anything like that, or try to lean over and pick it up. Just fell on it and lived to fight another down. As here on second down, they complete a pass to Gutierrez, but the Titans all over him and nail him actually for a 1-yard loss, despite the completion, and that'll bring up 3rd and 13.
Dylan Noonan on that tackle.
Yeah, the Titan defense doing a good job of reading that play. And see what the Bulldogs come up with now, facing a 3rd and actually 16. Just started the second quarter. Cortez wants to throw. There's a blitz on. Now he's being flushed out of the pocket. Running toward the sideline on the right. Now throws it. Looks like it's complete, but well short of the first down. Making the catch there was Jorge Esquivel, the senior wide receiver. I think that's his first catch of the season.
And the lack of execution on that first play of this possession causes the Bulldogs a 4th and 8 situation, which is definitely a punting situation.
So the Bulldogs bring on the punting unit. So we take a look at that replay. It looks like Christian Solis in there as the punter.
Quincy Johnson is back to receive the punt.
This punt's going to be angled over toward the punter's right sideline. Takes a little bit of a Titan bounce as Gunnar Henderson there kills it at the Titan 35-yard line. So a punt that only goes 29 yards, but there's no return. And see 9:59 left here in the second quarter. We're all tied at 14. And Titans will start off at their own 35.
You better be careful with running back Brandon Tomlinson. He's been kind of quiet lately.
There's a handoff. There's a different running back trying to get it outside to the right, and he's going to be bottled up for a loss of maybe a yard. Nowhere to go is sophomore Jonathan Buckner. Trip Potter, I think, came in there and made the tackle. And it's a loss back to the 33, so it'll be second down and 12. We take a look at that replay.
Play by Malachi Dames.
And there they go once again to Buckner. Crosses the 35 to about the 37-yard line, 36 maybe. And that'll bring up 3rd and long.
Defensive tackle, Moses Mendes in on that tackle.
Where the Bulldogs put the blitz on 3rd and 9. Quick pass is caught, but short of the first down, as the Bulldogs are quickly all over him to make sure he gains no extra yardage. That was Garrett Gregory with his 2nd catch. They're up to the 42-yard line, a gain of only 6 on 3rd and 9.
Good job by Zach Garcia getting there quickly. Are they going for it, Mark?
Oh, looks like they are. This is their own 42-yard line, 4th down and 3.
I think
the Titans rolling the dice a little bit. This might be a quick kick as they snap it back, and it is a quick kick. And it's a short kick, and the Titans have to kill it at the Bulldog, looks like the 29-yard line.
Good job by the Bulldog defense.
Yeah, Bulldogs have only given up 7 points. I mean, the other 7 by the Titans came on an interception return. The Bulldog defense doing well here so far against this East team that came in averaging 275 yards on the ground and 430 yards of offense. They're a team that's lit it up. They beat San Antonio East Central 44-43 last week. The Bulldog defense doing a good job so far.
They did go
Timeout.
4 rounds last year, Mark,
Victoria
and actually
East,
lost
their first.
to the Corpus Christi Calallen, who ended up going to the state championship game.
Yeah, we've got a timeout on the field called by Victoria East. We'll take a break. The score all tied at 14 with 8 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first half. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
Ever since I was young, I've had a passion for science, and I really hope to change the world through chemistry.
And we're back here at United Mixed Pharmacy Field. I'm Mark May with Mario Reyna. We're all tied at 14. A little over 8 minutes to play here in the second quarter. An exciting game so far. And here are the Bulldogs handing this off on first down. And a gain of about 2 there for Gutierrez. Moves up to his own 31-yard line.
Clark in on the tackle on that one.
Bulldogs are getting close to 100 yards on the ground. They're at 93. Came into tonight averaging about 134, so they're ahead of that average. A snap to Cortez, going to toss it. Gutierrez has room on the left and is up to near the 35-yard line. They'll bring up third down. Bulldogs 2 for 4 on third down so far.
And Brandon Suarez came up from his linebacker position to make the tackle on Gutierrez.
So Bulldogs facing 3rd and 5. And going to throw it right side. Man is there. It's caught at the 40 in Titan territory. And it's Christian Solis all the way down to the 11-yard line before he's pulled down by Jacoby Robinson. Great throw and catch there from the quarterback Cortez to the receiver Solis.
And that's what you call a perfect pass.
And here they quickly run it to Gutierrez, trying to catch the Titans napping, who gets up to the 9-yard line. So a second down and 8. They can actually pick up a first down at the 1. So we take another look at that big pass.
Right on stride where it needed to be. A good job by Christian Solis. Good hands.
Yeah, 55-yard pass. Yeah, we see it one more time. It's a beauty. Teams are lined up now. Second down and 8. Handoff Gutierrez, big hole up the middle, hit at the 5, still churning at the 2, and in for the touchdown. He was not to be denied, and Roy Gutierrez goes in for his 5th touchdown of the season, and the Bulldogs have taken the lead, regained it in fact, by a score of 20-14.
The power of the legs of Gutierrez. He loves to run up the middle, Mark. He loves those difficult yards. With Bechtel giving him one of those, what do you call those, chest bumps?
Yep, chest bump. 5 plays, 71 yards. As we see the extra point attempt by Francisco Camacho, and it's good. And our score with 6:27 to play here in the second quarter. It's the Bulldogs in front, 21-14. Here's another look at the touchdown. Determined running here by Gutierrez. Look at him break a tackle at the 5, then get hit about the 3, and just turn his way in for the score. Bulldogs 21, Titans 14. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
My dream is to become a marine biologist because I have always loved sharks and turtles, and exploring ocean life is what I want to do.
And we're back here. Here's the 55-yard completion to Solis that helped set up a touchdown run by Gutierrez. He went all the way down to the 11-yard line, and then they advanced to the 9. 2 plays later, and it was Gutierrez turning his way in from 9 yards out. There you see the touchdown man right there, the senior running back, Roy Gutierrez. 5 touchdowns for him this season. The Bulldogs lead by 7 as the Titans pick up the kickoff at the 10-yard line, running up across the 20 and out at about the 21-yard line. That was Kiner on the return. Looks like he was forced out of bounds by the Bulldogs' Jaziel Espinoza.
Mark, what a difference when you're in the ball game and you're scoring. Everybody, the fans are roaring, everybody's excited, and it's a different ball game.
Yeah, and this is a whole different Bulldog team from what we've seen before. A team that struggled against Harlingen South and against Los Fresnos. Was in a tough fight with PSJA Memorial, and they are really hanging tough with this Victoria East team.
A lot of excitement.
Great crowd here tonight, too. And there's a fumble on the shotgun. Quarterback picks it up and runs.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
And
there's a penalty.
Baker thrown out of bounds at about the 20, and there's a flag. That's probably going to be a late hit.
That's a good call by the officials, Mark, because Baker, there was no doubt, was out of bounds. But you know, the defense
Personal
of the
foul,
player that committed
late hit out of bounds, number 50.
the personal foul, Mark, is
15-yard penalty, carries an automatic first down.
how many times do you actually have an opportunity to grab a quarterback? So you have to be very disciplined, and that's a big 15 yards. Instead of it being second and long, let's see how big that penalty is at the 6:13 mark.
So that moves it all the way out to the 36-yard line. And it's, of course, an automatic first down. As it looks like a free play here, they're going to throw this one deep, and it's incomplete, intended for Kiner on the right side. I think Mackay may have jumped offside. And
Another
the quarterback,
5 yards.
Quarterback alertly just throwing it deep, knowing he had a free play.
Another 5 yards, and that makes it a 1st and 5 situation. This is not the time where the Bulldog defense needs to be committing.
Offside, number 68 on the defense. 5-yard penalty. We'll replay first down.
Committing some mistakes. I wonder why they changed that rule where they identify a high school kid committing the infraction.
Yeah, I kind of disagree with it a little bit,
too.
but they changed that a few years ago. I'm guessing because the NCAA, which UIL follows, changed its rule for college. Because they previously didn't name out the individual on for college games either, as the Baker wants to keep it one around the left side, takes a hard hit right at midfield after a gain of 9 on the play.
Good run by Baker, and Ethan Moya for the Bulldogs found out how quick Baker is. If you take a look at the replay, nice fake, and Baker faked out Moya. So Moya knows how quick Baker is.
All right, so 1st and 10 here at the 50-yard line for the Titans. And we've got the quarterback Baker in the shotgun. Going to be joined here by our superintendent, Dr. Jay Gonzalez, here in just a moment. As the man goes in motion, that's Patton has another fumble on the shotgun snap. And Baker just has to take a loss back to his own 47, a loss of 3 on the play. And we're at 5:20 to play here in the second quarter. 21-14 is our score. Mackay in front. Bring along our superintendent, Dr. Jay Gonzalez here. And Dr. Gonzalez, a pretty spirited game here by these Bulldogs, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to see the kids have come out and they're working very, very hard. You can tell the coaches prepared them well, so we're excited about the way the Bulldogs are playing tonight.
So second down and 13. See Baker getting a signal. This could be maybe a change of plays, or play clock is down to 7. They snap it to him. He's going to run it for the right side, the wide side of the field. He's able to turn the corner a little bit before he's hit and goes down at about the Mackay 44-yard line, and a gain of about 9 yards. And something Dr. Gonzalez that went on this past weekend that I know you were proud of. We had a hurricane relief drive going to help Aransas County ISD, and I think this past weekend, last Saturday, we sent up a caravan up there. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, it was nice to see our students and our staff going up to the Aransas Pass area and helping out those in need. It really just shows how caring we are as a district and as a community. To see our kids go up there and make a difference was very, very special. And that's what we have here in McAllen. We have exceptional students and a great staff and just overall great people in McAllen, Texas, and across the Rio Grande Valley.
All right, and I know you care a lot about students, and you've got a student here with you. Maybe we can get a shot right after this play here inside our press boxes. We see Baker, or rather Tomlinson, back in there trying to run this and gets a gain of about 6 on the play. But you got your little boy here with you.
Yes, I have Joe Douglas. He's 5. As a matter of fact, he's going to be 6 years old tomorrow. So he's a kindergarten student at Gonzales Elementary, and he loves football, and he's excited to be here. So I'm excited to have him here.
Let me turn you a little bit so he can be on camera. There we go. Can you wave? Can you wave to the camera? Oh, we'll do it right after this play. Okay, there he loses back to the 25. And a loss of 3 there, and now he's on.
So yeah, again, Joe Douglas goes to Gonzales Elementary, and he loves it there. He loves McAllen ISD, and as a father, I really feel blessed with the opportunity to have my children here. It's just very special. It's a great district.
All right, and I know he's excited to see the football game. Earlier we had kids his age out there with the cheerleaders, and a real special program they have there where the cheerleaders and the steppers kind of adopt some elementary age kids, as we see on 2nd and 4, an incomplete pass intended for Flinner. And the Titans trying to get something going here inside the Bulldogs' 20-yard line in the last 3 minutes of the first half. And Dr. Gonzalez, before we let you go, anything new and exciting going on out there? Any new programs that you'd like to enlighten the public about?
Right now, it's just really thanking the teachers. McAllen ISD has exceptional teachers, and that's the strength of our district. So just to know that we have so many wonderful teachers working so hard across the district is special, and I do want to extend our gratitude to every teacher in the district and thank them for all the hard work that they put into making a difference for every child in our district. So teachers, thank you. We love you guys, and we're proud of your hard work, and we're going to continue supporting you all.
All right, Dr. Gonzalez, thank you very much. We'll let you get back to your fatherly duties.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks for being on here. And we just saw Victoria East, Tomlinson run it in from 20 yards out on 3rd down, too. 3rd down and 4. And they have a touchdown, and now the extra point by Troggett is up and good. And our score, with 2:46 to go before halftime, is all tied up 21-21. And we'll take a break. Be back with more Football Night in McAllen in just a moment. Here's another look at the touchdown before we go to break.
My dream is to be a nurse and work in the labor and delivery field. I like caring for people and taking care of moms-to-be, and I want to help bring life into the world.
That scoring drive, 8 plays, 79 yards for Victoria East, and they tied up this game at 21. It was nice of Dr. Gonzalez. He always likes to stop by, say hello during our broadcast, keep the public informed about some of the things going on across the district. Always a ton of things to talk about, new programs. I know it's big on literacy, big on technology, and of course extracurricular activities. He comes to every football game, as we see this short kickoff fielded by the Bulldogs, number 5, Jesse Rocio.
Did a good job, Mark. That could have been a fumble. And getting back to Dr. Gonzalez, he could probably stay here for the entire game and talk about all the great things that are happening in McAllen ISD. Because there are a lot of great things happening in the district, and that's why it's a district of choice.
Yeah, and a district
we are
of
family.
Champions. And I like the philosophy, too. I'll explain after this play about District of Champions. 2:46 to go. Play action. Cortez rolling out right is chased and throws it incomplete. Looks like it was intended for Jorge Esquivel, but he often likes to use the term that we're a district of champions, not necessarily meaning that we win championships on the athletic field or in UIL and things like that, although that is certainly part of it, but that each teacher and each staff member can be a champion for a child.
Role models.
And be good role models. And that's really what he means when he talks about champions. And here's an excellent example right here. We have the Mackay Marching Band getting ready to come out at halftime. And we've got some younger looking kids out there in those t-shirts. Those are middle schoolers from Travis and from Morris. Those are the schools that feed into Mackay. So those are future Bulldogs out there getting to participate with the Mackay Marching Band. And they'll actually be out on the field at halftime. And you'll get to see them, Morris and Travis bands out there with the Mackay Band coming up at halftime. And that's another example of those champions for children.
And it's now a 3rd and 6, Mark.
All right, 3rd down and 6 for the Bulldogs, who are 2 for 5 on 3rd down. Cortez to throw. Man is open, but is hit right when he makes the catch. And that was Hetler with his first catch. That's going to be well short of the first down.
By Corbin Ramos. And getting back to Dr. Gonzalez, we don't say it often enough, but he himself is like a superintendent that fits the mold of being a champion, Mark. I work in this district, and he gives me an opportunity as a health and physical education coordinator to do lots of things that might not be happening in other districts, because you have to have the courage to understand that all kids is not only about academics, but it's also about the total development. We have a lot of minutes for physical activity. We have 20 minutes of recess at lunchtime. So that takes a lot of courage.
And I know the trend across the nation over the years has been to kind of cut back on PE time, hasn't it? As testing and things like that take prominence. As in, we see the little cheerleaders there. This is what we were talking about earlier. There, where we see the Mackay Steppers, and these are cheerleaders, little girls from the elementary schools, and they signed up for a cheerleader and stepper camp. And they've been participating in that, learning their routine, and they're going to be performing with the steppers and the cheerleaders. And there we see the middle school kids. I think that might be Morris right there, the Morris Stallions. And they'll be coming up at halftime and performing with the Mackay Marching Band. And the cheerleaders out here giving it their all.
And what a trooper, getting back to Dr. Gonzalez. He did the interview with his
son, holding his child, and 5-year-olds never sit still. So I know that's not easy.
Are they going for it, Mark? Nope. They have the punter in there.
Yeah, they went out there and shifted into a punt formation. Exactly 2 minutes to go here before halftime. 4th and 2 for the Bulldogs. Now they do have the quarterback there as the gunner, but they're going to punt this.
Uh-oh.
And it looks like there might be a roughing the punter. We'll see about that as this kick goes to the other end of the field and is killed by the Bulldogs at the Victoria 24-yard line.
And because the Bulldogs only need 2 yards, even a 5-yard penalty, Mark. But it is a personal foul.
Roughing the kicker, number 41 on the defense. It's 15 yards from the previous spot. It carries an automatic first down.
And Mark, just to tell the listeners that I am a sports official. I officiate basketball. And I've made 2 calls out there that have been real easy, Mark, but I usually don't have those easy calls. But a great call right there by referee Ford Sasser, the third. No hesitation.
Oh, yeah.
Real smooth.
Christian Solis popped right back up, but...
and he knew the... Yeah.
And by the way, I want to thank our photographer, Chen Bob Sides, who had the isolation on that shot there. Doesn't happen by accident. They got good quality photographers here as we see another big penalty here being assessed against the Titans.
That's something that Coach Gonzalez wanted to work on, Mark. I've talked about it. At the last game, they had 13 penalties for 110 yards.
And this was the roughing the punter penalty. You saw that 15 yards assessed. They move it up to the Titan 42. And then Gutierrez on the carry gets maybe a yard.
And
Bulldogs.
Although there's only a minute and about 30 seconds to go, the time is not a factor, Mark, because the Bulldogs do have 3 timeouts.
I was going to say the Bulldogs don't want to take too much time because the half is running out. They're calling this play at the line. 15 on the play clock as they snap it and hand it to Gunnar Henderson running right.
Chance.
Titans all over that one, and Henderson will be pulled down for a loss. It looked like the linebacker Bueno in there to pull Henderson down.
Bueno.
Timeout. McAllen,
Big loss.
their first.
Big loss.
Bulldogs take their first timeout, stopping the clock with 1:12 to go here in the first half. We're tied 21-21. Henderson, Cortez, and Gutierrez have the touchdowns for the Bulldogs. Leonard, Griffin, and Tomlinson have touchdowns for the Titans. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
I want to attend medical school so that I can gain a specialty in anesthesiology and help people go through any problems or issues that they're going through, and just kind of immerse myself in the scientific study and learn more about it.
And we're back here on Football Night at McAllen. You can see the little junior Miss Bulldogs there waiting on the track. Take a look at the Chase Bank Tower there in the lovely night sky. Scores tied at 21. Here's a inside screen intended for Henderson and goes incomplete. And that'll bring up third down.
You don't see that very often, Mark, where Henderson does not catch the pass.
And let me correct myself, that was actually third down. So now it's fourth down. And we saw Arturo Ochoa quickly jumping on that football. He wasn't sure if it was an incomplete pass or a fumble, so not taking any chances, and good hustle by him. And Solis in there to do the punting. 1:06 on the clock as he gets this one away. And this won't be returned as Dylan Martinez kills this inside the 10-yard line. Great punt by Solis, allowing the Bulldogs to get down there and kill this one all the way at the 8-yard line.
The Bulldogs missed a golden opportunity, Mark. They took over with excellent field position and were not able to get anything.
See the Titans offense coming out back out there.
And let's not forget that Tomlinson has breakaway speed, and so does Grant Baker.
We'll see what they can do from here. We're 92 yards away from their end zone. Baker rolls out, wants to throw deep down the right sideline. It's a little short, and it's caught at the 30-yard line. And the receiver goes down at about the 34. That was a good catch by Alec Sanchez. He's our leading receiver, but that's his first catch tonight. And that's a 26-yard pickup.
Very patient, Mark. Very aggressive.
Puts them over 100 yards passing, as on first down they attempt to throw to the left side. It's incomplete, intended for White. And passing-wise, Baker is 5 for 12 for 102 yards. And a touchdown pass.
Good job on the defensive side by Hellkamp.
It's a four-man rush for the Bulldogs as Baker rolls out right and passes this incomplete, intended for Sanchez. And that'll bring up third down. Titans are 2 for 4 on third down. 35 seconds left in the first half. We're all tied at 21. So third down and 10 as Baker rolls left. Has time, is going to throw it deep left side. Couple of Bulldogs down there. It's intercepted by the Bulldogs. Picked off at the 35-yard line. Breaks the tackle. Now trying to go to the left side. Has some blocking there at the 45, now at the 50. All the way to the 40 in Titans territory before he's forced out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Great interception and return there by Mackay's Robbie Maldonado. Pass was a little bit short, and Maldonado picked it off.
And Maldonado did a good job of the interception, Mark. but they should have tackled him. They had him down. You take a look at the replay after the interception right there, Mark. They had him, but he refused to go down, and because of that, he was able to gain on at least 30 yards.
Yeah, it was Flinter who was the intended receiver. And a big return there. I'll figure out the yardage in a moment as they hand off Gutierrez with 16 seconds left. And he gets up to the 34, a gain of only 2, and they'll have to use one of their timeouts. We take another look at the replay. Picked that off at about the 35-yard line, so about a 29-yard return.
I think there should have been a flag here, Mark. Take a look at the play. He was already out, and then number 1 threw him down after he was out of bounds.
That was the first turnover, by the way, on the Titans. You see the Bulldog players congratulating him. All right.
What kind of celebration is that, Mark?
First time I've seen that. That's a pretty cool celebration. They spiked the football in the
significance of that.
garbage can. It's one of those old-fashioned garbage cans, too. I didn't even know that kind was still around.
And I see it right there at the 45-yard line.
So 12 seconds left in the first half. Bulldogs down to 1 timeout as Cortez goes back to throw from his own 34-yard line. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to throw this one deep down the sideline. It might be caught or trapped. Dylan Martinez thinks he has it, and he does. It's going to be a first down, but he's in bounds. Clock will stop while they move the chains, but the Bulldogs will have to clock one here in a moment.
At least that gives them an opportunity for a field goal, Mark.
Timeout.
Bulldogs elect to use their last timeout with, just under 3 seconds. They didn't want to take any chances on clocking it. 2.8 seconds left on the clock. They're going to bring on the field goal unit. Coach Kevin Brewer not taking any chances here. This will be a 29-yard attempt.
Nice catch. It could be worth 3 points, Mark. That catch right there.
And there's the kick. I think it was, they got a piece of it, the Titans, and it goes off to the right side. It's no good. A 29-yard attempt is no good. And we see the replay. I think the Titans did get a piece of that, but there is a flag down.
Let's see what it is. It looks like it's going
Offside
against the Titans.
On the defense, number 23. That's
that
a 5-yard penalty.
Another opportunity,
we'll
Mark.
replay the down.
And once again, Coach Gonzalez talked about this, Mark, about the penalties in the last game. They had 13 penalties for 110 yards. They had another penalty, remember, roughing the punter. Mm-hmm. And so this one can be another, it could be worth 3 points.
And this moves it up 5 yards. And so now it'll be a 24-yard attempt. Here's the snap, hold. The kick is up and away. This one's clean, and this one is good. And we are at halftime, and the Bulldogs have the lead, 24-21. Great 2-minute offense there by the Bulldogs, who completed a long pass to Dylan Martinez to set them up in field goal range. They stopped the clock with 3 seconds left. Great clock management by the Bulldogs and great ball movement as they come out and kick a 24-yard field goal as time expires in the first half. 24-21 our score. Bulldogs in front. We'll have the halftime marching bands, the Titans, followed by the Bulldogs, coming up at halftime, as well as our halftime stats and, of course, the second half of action. So don't go away. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
Right after graduating high school, I want to do an exchange program and maybe go study in Italy, which is a little island called Sardinia. I then want to study political science and go on to become a lawyer. I want to study litigation.
Entitled, What Dreams May Come, Anxiety and Slumber. Now, performing the music of Johannes Brahms, please welcome the award-winning Titan Marching Band. band is under the direction of David Edge, Carl Miller, Mark Burley-Tuas, Carlos Gonzalez, Paula Smollett, and Michael Casey. Assistants from Misty Calvis, Caitlin Velasquez, and Mariah Marshall. The band is under the student leadership of Titan drum majors and captains Sean Cano, Samantha Alcantar, Molly Jocelyn, Tiara Steele, and Lieutenants Natalie Flores and Hannah Gutierrez. Let's hear it one more time for the award-winning Titan Marching Band. Now, under the direction of Misty Calvis and Nikki Thompson, please welcome the pride of the East Side, the award-winning Golden Saber Dance Team. Sophomore lieutenants are Madison Calvis, Cameron Castillo, Macy Cruz, and Mia Garza. Junior lieutenants Darian Cuevas, Marissa Gutierrez, Kaylee Rodriguez. Lieutenant Colonel Cody Powell. Colonel Rachel Anderson. Golden Saber of the Week is Bethany Monroy and Gabby Carmona. And now let's rock and roll as the Golden Sabers perform a streamer routine to Bon Jovi's Bad Medicine.
Would members of the Little Bulldogs please make their way to the north side breezeway on their home side? Little Bulldogs, please make your way to the north side of the breezeway beside the home side bleachers. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another night of fantastic halftime entertainment. McAllen High School is pleased to present the pride of Mackay, your battling Bulldog marching band. The band is under the field direction of senior drum majors Jordan Salas, Ilyana Rocha, and Andrea Davila. Color Guard Students of the Week is Emma Gonzalez. Band Students of the Week are Lillian Garcia and Jacob Morua. The Section of the Week is the Clarinets. Performing first tonight under the direction of Rachel Castillo Ruiz and Assistant Director Brenda Ramirez, please welcome to the field the 2017 Mackay Steppers. Performing alongside the Steppers this evening are the students between the ages of 4 and 14 who attended the Mackay Stepper and Cheerleader Clinic on Saturday, September 16th. Officers for the Steppers are Captain Senior Cassie Favata, Showtime International All-Star, Miss Showtime, Miss High Kick, and Miss Cripple Threat. First Lieutenant Senior Gianna Eason, Showtime International All-Star. Second Lieutenant Senior Maddie Torres, Showtime International All-Star. And Stepper for the Week is Daisy Mendez. And now, please put your hands together for Bruno Mars' hit, Runaway Baby, the Mackay Steppers. Thank you, Mackay Steppers and friends. Tonight, the Mackay Band will also be joined on the field by future members in training. We are very proud to welcome the 7th and 8th graders from the bands at Morris and Travis Middle Schools to perform alongside the full Mackay Band on 2 classic football tunes, Land of 1,000 Dances and the Hay Song. This performance caps an afternoon of rehearsal and social camaraderie between together nearly 400 MISD band students from 3 campuses. Special thanks are also due to our wonderful band parents for their efforts to provide dinner this afternoon and collect water bottle donations for all their outstanding performers this evening. let's get that pulse pounding with Land of 1,000 Dead. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for present and future pride of McAllen. Travis Middle School Band Directors are Antonio Olivares and Denise Peña. Morris Middle School Band Directors are Dorina Kingston and Oscar Medina. Thank you to Morris and Travis Principals, Mr. Brian McClenny and Mr. Efraín Amaya, for their support in making tonight's performance possible. Next, the McAllen Band would like to present a small portion of their UIL contest program entitled Tag, Make Your Mark. Tonight's performance features the premiere of featured artist Andrew Rios, who fulfills the role of the main character in the show story of creativity and self-expression. Andrew will be using spray chalk to create a series of unique live art pieces each week. The music for tonight's performance comes from the 2013 Coldplay album, Milo Zaloto, and celebrates releasing your inner creative spark. Drum majors, take it away. C H I McAllen Bulldogs are the best. McAllen band directors are Jason Dunn, Adan Rosa III, Bobby Salazar, and Angela Kiba, Oscar Medina, and David Moreno. Color guard instructor is Stephanie Kiba. Additional instructional staff include AJ Trejo, Antonio Del Bosque, and Christopher Prado. Musical arrangements are provided by Eric Rapp, and color guard choreography is by color guard captain Alicia Barnes.
And we're back here, ready for the second
Bulldog
half
fan,
at
get on.
United Mixed Pharmacy Field, and look at those little Bulldogs go. That one looks like he could rival Gunnar Henderson right there.
That's true. Lots of speed out there, Mark.
There's the little Bulldogs racing across the field. Those are elementary kids that will become future Bulldogs. They go to the elementary schools that feed in to the middle schools that feed into McAllen. And there you see the Titans ready to start this second half. Bulldogs are on the sideline too, and the little Bulldogs, they get to do that every home game. They get to lead the team out for the beginning of the second half. And they buy those t-shirts, and it helps support the McAllen High School Football Club, or quarterback club. And then their t-shirt becomes their ticket into the games each week that they have a home game. So every home game they get to get in free with their t-shirt. So you can contact the McAllen High School Quarterback Club for more information about that, or if you happen to be here at the stadium, you can visit them on the north end of the bleachers. Let's take a look at our halftime stats. And as you can see our score, McAllen with a field goal in the last play of the first half takes the lead 24-21. First downs, they have 11, and the Titans have 10. Rushing yards is about even, a little over 100 for each team. Passing yards, more than 2-1 in favor of the Titans, and then total yards, a big edge of almost, or about 75 yards there for the Titans. And then penalties hurt the Titans, as you pointed out, Mario. They had 5 penalties in the first half, one of which set up that field goal that McAllen initially had missed it. Then a 5-yard penalty gave them a second chance, and they made it, and they lead. That's the difference right now, 3 points. Turnovers are 1 apiece. So Victoria East will receive to start the second half. And we see back there to receive is sophomore Quincy Johnson, number 5. And it'll be actually number 3, Kiner, on the return. And he goes up past the 20 to about the 22-yard line before he's brought down by Shamir Mallard.
The second time that Mallard comes up with a tackle on special teams. That's a big play for the Bulldogs. Helmkamp was also in on the tackle.
So once again, it'll be Baker at quarterback, who completed 5 of 14 passes for 102 yards with 1 touchdown in the first half. And there you see number 1, Tomlinson, who had the bulk of their 115 yards rushing. And on first down, they're going to throw this left to Tomlinson. A big hole there at the 20. Now he's off at the 40. One man to beat, chasing at the Bulldogs 40. So he cuts inside at the 20. A Bulldog has a hold of him at the 10. They're trying to get him and get him finally at the 1-yard line. 2 Bulldogs in there to make the tackle on Tomlinson, but not before he goes 66 yards all the way to the Bulldogs' 1-yard line. Bulldogs wrestled the ball away from Tomlinson at the end, but I think they're ruling that Tomlinson was down. So he takes the short pass and nearly takes it the distance.
Well, we're going to have the privilege of seeing this replay, Mark, as we did early on in the first half. But what an explosive play by Tomlinson.
So first down and goal at the 1-yard line, and it's going to be a quarterback sneak. That's Baker, goes in for the touchdown behind the block of Caleb Coffey, Dedrick Porter, and Zach Ramirez. And it's a touchdown for the Titans, and they regain the lead right now at 27-24.
That's what you get from the Titans. They are very explosive at any given time. they can make big plays. It took them 30 seconds to score a touchdown.
And Baker will be the holder on the extra point try. Troggett, high snap, kick by Troggett is up and good. And Victoria East now leads 28-24, just 30 seconds into the second half. A 66-yard pass and run by Tomlinson as we see the tail end of that play here. He was trying to cut inside, and the Bulldog was able to get a hold of him and almost wrestle that football away. Went down at the 1, and then the quarterback took it over from there.
Yeah, he did look like he was down by contact.
And then we see Baker from 1 yard out, goes in for the touchdown, and the Titans regain the lead, 28-24. Go ahead and keep it here as we get ready for the kickoff.
Did you see what Tomlinson did on that? He came from behind to push Baker forward. Legal play. He gets an assist for that.
We saw Henderson back to receive. Henderson has one kickoff return for a touchdown already in this game. We'll see if they kick away from him.
Well, lately they've just been keeping the ball away from Henderson.
Troggett checks both sides, goes up and kicks this one high and way short. It's going to be fair caught at about the 36-yard line.
Good play, Mark.
And that was caught by Gabriel Tanez, senior receiver. And the Bulldogs will have pretty good field position. So obviously since that opening kickoff when Henderson ran it back 100 yards, the Titans since then have elected to just kick away from him. They'll kick it high and they'll give up good field position, but they won't give up the big return.
And teams that are not alert for that kind of kickoff, Mark, can actually end up with a fumble.
Yeah, if you let that ball bounce, it could easily take a bounce back toward the kickoff team. And of course, it's a live football once it goes over 10 yards. As Cortez on first down loses the football but falls on it, it'll be a loss, but they retain possession. Loss of 2 on the play.
It was a good fake. Not much on the outside, and a lucky bounce back into Cortez's hands on the fumble.
Devin Patton on the tackle. Under 11 minutes to go now in third quarter. Just underway, but Victoria East has already found pay dirt. They lead it by 4. As the Bulldogs give it to Henderson now to the right side, trying to get him into the open field. Crosses at the 40 and still spinning his way up near midfield before he's pushed out of bounds. That'll be a first down.
What speed can do for you, Mark. This play didn't look like it was going anywhere, but Henderson ended up getting a first down out of that running play.
Yeah, Bulldogs first down at their own 49, 15-yard run by Henderson. They hand this off to Gutierrez, trying to go outside to over the right guard. Makes maybe a yard to the 50-yard line before he's turned aside.
And Celestino Alvarez on the defensive side continues to have a very good game. As you take a look at him, he even got congratulated right there by the official.
So 2nd and 9 now for the Bulldogs. We see the tail end of that. Cortez at 5'11", 182 pounds, in their quarterback, in the shotgun. And hand this off to Gutierrez, hit at the line of scrimmage, and then falls forward for a gain of another yard. He's in Victoria territory, but it'll be 3rd down and 8.
Abram DeLeo.
So Bulldogs just 2 for 6 on 3rd down, facing 3rd and 8 now. And a play action fake. Cortez with time over the middle and incomplete, intended for Hetler. Hetler knocked to the turf just for good measure, even after it went incomplete.
Good throw by Cortez. Looked like a pass that should have been caught. Not easy, a little bit high.
Corbin Ramos was defending on the play.
It would have been close to a first down.
Okay, now 4th and 8. Bulldogs line up in a punt formation. Snap this to Christian Solis. He's going to punt it off to the, aiming toward the right sideline, and it goes out a little bit past the 30-yard line. I think he wanted a little bit deeper than that. We'll see where they spot this. 4th punt by the Bulldogs. And this ball is going to be fielded at the 29-yard line. 9:23 to go here in the third quarter.
So keep an eye on the pass and, of course, on Grant Baker, because I'm sure the defense talked about how to stop Brandon Tomlinson, and that's when they use him as a decoy.
And there we see Baker, senior, stands 6'1", 170 pounds. Man in motion is Patton, and they throw this on a slant pattern. It's completed to Flinter. Flinter looks like he has a first down before he's brought down by Rene Garcia.
Hurry up offense.
All the way up to the 42, a gain of 13 on the play. And they quickly line up to snap it again. 3 receivers right, 1 left. They hand off Tomlinson, running to the right on a sweep. Breaks through the line of scrimmage, now breaks another tackle at the 50 into Bulldog territory to the 43-yard line, and has a first down there for Victoria.
Wow, what an excellent runner, Mark. He waits for all the tackles to be set up properly, and he knows exactly when to accelerate.
15-yard pickup. He's at the 43-yard line, and found off on first down. And Tomlinson spins his way for a gain of about 2.
Sometimes that's the best defense, Mark, is make sure that the running back runs between the hash marks. Don't let him get outside.
So clock running at under 8.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Titans have a 4-point lead, and now the officials say timeout being called by the Bulldogs.
McAllen, they're first.
So Bulldogs take timeout with the Titans with the football in a 2nd and 8 situation with 8.5 to play in the third quarter and a 4-point lead for the Titans. We'll take a break. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
I'm getting my associates within criminal justice, hopefully getting my bachelor's within business management. And the reason why I choose policing is because I want to pursue business policing management to go ahead and be able to help anyone that I can within helping them from crime, from not crime, and just having that sense of attendance to caring.
And we're back here at United Mix Pharmacy Field at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. You know the earth isn't shifting, that's just our camera, so don't panic. Titans lead it 28-24 here in the mid-third quarter, and they have a 2nd and 8 situation at the Bulldog 41-yard line. And this is the first time we've seen this formation, a power I left, and it's going to be a fake by the quarterback Baker, who wants to keep it to the left and picks up a few yards, and not as many as he think he would have liked. He gets to about the 35, a gain of about 6.
But it makes it a 3rd and 2. And Mark, on that commercial, we had Dream Big. And then we see ambassadors. Who are those ambassadors?
We have the student ambassadors, and that's a group of high school kids, juniors and seniors. As we see on 3rd down and 2, Tomlinson running with it to the right side, has a convoy of blockers and still turning his legs as he fights his way for first down yardage down to the 23 and a gain of 12 on the play.
He looks like he's getting stronger.
And the student ambassadors are high school students representing all 5 high schools in McAllen. They meet about once every 6 weeks with the superintendent. And they helped us do that video series as well. As Tomlinson rolls to the right side, has yet another first down as he is just picking up chunks of yardage here in the third quarter. And as a first down to the 12-yard line.
He's strong, Mark. There's good blocking on the right side. There are some big kids here on the offensive line.
Yeah.
Titans.
11-yard pickup to the 12-yard line. Clock under 8 minutes to play.
Power football.
Yeah, again, it's a power eye left, and they hand off to Tomlinson, who's hit at the 10 and goes forward to about the 8-yard line. Reminds me of those old Edinburgh Bobcat teams in the 70s and 80s that would run that power eye formation with 2 tight ends and pretty much pass it on every down. Have to run it on every down. And Victoria East again lining up quickly. Power eye left. They're going to run it left. This is Tomlinson. Hit in the backfield this time, and looks like he may have been held to a short gain or maybe just the line of scrimmage.
Jackson Helmkamp, sophomore, coming in there quickly from his defensive back position and hanging on.
They're down in 5 now. They hand off Tomlinson again. The same formation as he hit in the backfield and goes down at the 5-yard line.
And Helmkamp does it again.
Yeah, Helmkamp is ready for it. Tomlinson may be tired.
Victoria East, they're first.
Titans call timeout as we take a look at that replay. Tomlinson's had several big runs in this quarter. A 66-yarder that set up their touchdown where they took the lead. And a couple of big runs on this drive.
He looks tired, Marcus. He needed help.
We'll be back in just a moment. This is Football Night in McAllen.
Your child is family. Embraced with academic rigor, life skills, and enrichment, our students earn college credit, associate's degrees, licenses and certifications, and advanced diplomas. McAllen ISD.
And we're back here at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. Non-district action. The Titans from Victoria East and the Mackay Bulldogs. Titans lead at 28-24. And we've got 6:25 to play here in the third quarter.
They're going to go ahead and take the points, Mark.
And the Titans on fourth down and about 3 are set up for a field goal attempt of 22 yards. And Troggett's field goal is up, and it is good.
That guy's a good field goal kicker.
So 22-yard field goal extends their lead to 31-24 with 6:20 to play here in the third quarter. We'll go ahead and take a break. Leave you with a look at the replay as we go to break. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
One of the big advantages of having your child come to McAllen School District is they have a registered nurse at each and every campus. Our registered nurses are readily available for all our students, and our focus is on your child's success.
And back here at United Mixed Pharmacy Field, the Titans now lead at 31-24 as they have 10 unanswered points here in this third quarter, a touchdown and then this field goal, 22 yards. Yeah, that scoreboard, to give you a frame of reference, is 65 feet in the air, and you can see the ball was much higher than that. And there we see, I guess that's Big Mac. There's 2 mascots, Big Mac and Lady Mac. And that was Big Mac there on the sideline with the Mackay drumline. This game has been back and forth with the momentum. The 2 teams slugging it out here. And here's another high, short kickoff. Going to be fair caught at the Mackay 35-yard line by Jesse Rosillo. Here's Mackay cheerleaders.
It looks like they have some kind of face painting.
Yeah, some of them have a red, white, and blue face paint on. So they had a patriotic theme at their pep rally this week. And so the Bulldogs at their own 34-yard line looking to get back into this game. They trail by a touchdown. Handoff Gutierrez crosses the line of scrimmage and up to about the 38. A gain of 4 on the play. Maybe second down and 6.
Gutierrez finding a small opening to the right side.
Gaining at least 4 yards is not bad, Mark, because they've had quite a few plays where they haven't gained any yards on first down and have even lost some yards.
Brandon Swatis, the first to make contact for the Titans. It took 3 of them to bring him down. Clock is under 6 minutes to play in the third. Handoff Gutierrez, big hole up the middle, and now pulled down at about the 44-yard line, and that looks like it's enough for a first down.
Corbin Ramos coming up from his safety position for the tackle, but he did find a nice hole right up the middle.
So first down for the Bulldogs at their own 45. 4-man rush. They hand this off. Gutierrez slices through the line of scrimmage and fights his way up to about the 48. Gain of 4 on the play, and there's some tough yards in there for Gutierrez.
So far this year, Mark, we've had some real good running backs, but I haven't seen any running back like Gutierrez that will get you those tough yards right up the middle. Did you see what he did there, Mark? He told the defense to get out of my way.
Yeah, just slapped him aside. But a swarm of Titans takes to bring him down. They have to gang tackle him. Gutierrez with a tough 9-yard touchdown run earlier in this game. And now here's the shotgun snap, goes through the hands of the quarterback, and Cortez has to fall on it. And it's going to be a loss of yards back to his own 37, a loss of 11 on the play.
And that looked like there was a good snap. Gutierrez just took his eyes off the ball. It's not easy being a quarterback, Mark. There's a lot going on your mind.
Yeah, clock at 4:15 and counting as the Bulldogs face 3rd down and 18. They haven't done well in 3rd downs in this game. Here's a blitz. Cortez forced way back and has to throw that one away. Had a receiver reasonably in the area. That was Jorge Esquivel, but I think the blitz forced Cortez further back than he intended. And it's 4th and 18.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. There was a receiver in the area. 4th down.
Yeah, Esquivel was close enough, and so was Christian Solis there, number 8. So the Bulldogs bring the punting unit on. They'll have to hurry a little bit. The play clock is down to 10 seconds. Solis set up as the punter, now down to 2 seconds. They get this snap just in time, and Solis punts this one away. Again, aiming for that right sideline. And this one's going to be killed by the Bulldogs in Titan territory at about the 36-yard line. Bulldogs have punted 5 times now with 3:58 left here in the 3rd quarter. A student body always excited. And Baker in there in the shotgun for the Titans. They'll send a man in motion. Going to hand off to him on a sweep to the right side, and breaks a tackle in the backfield as he surges forward up to about the 47-yard line. Looks like a first down run there for the sophomore Quincy Johnson.
On the stop, number 19, Josiah, 18, Zach Garcia.
Zach Garcia came up and made the stop, but I really liked number 26 came from his and put up a good block.
11 yards on the pickup by Johnson. And now on first down, a short gain for Buckner. He gets back to just the line of scrimmage.
I think they rotate their running backs because we don't see Tomlinson out there, Mark.
Now the Titans getting the signal in from the Titan coaching staff. Play clock at 12. 3:08 to play in the quarter. Patton in motion. Baker rolls out left, throws it, and it's incomplete, too high for Gregory. Gregory takes a shot as well. Zach Garcia with that hit. You see the
ball
replay.
Was kind of high. No chance by the receiver.
And Tomlinson is back on the field.
That's a tough one for receivers because they have to expose their rib cage and go up for those high balls. And Gregory took a hard shot. And here on 3rd down and 11, they're going to do a reverse. And now a pass on the right side. And this is a short pass and knocked away. It was a quarterback eligible. They were trying to get to Baker running down the right, but the Bulldogs are ready for it and knocked that down. Looks like a great defensive play there by Jackson Helmkamp.
It actually looked like the play worked, except the pass was thrown too high, and it gave the defenders an opportunity because Baker was open.
Yeah, Flinner was the receiver who got the reverse and made the pass back to his quarterback, Baker, who was running down the right sideline. But you're right, the pass was short, and Helmkamp was able to get down there and knock it away. So 4th down and 11, and Baker will punt it.
Not a good punt.
He did a quick kick, and yeah, that went off the side of his foot, and Bulldogs will have pretty good field position here with 2:46 to play in the 3rd quarter.
And the Bulldog fans are happy that the Bulldog defense has had basically back-to-back stops.
East still up by a touchdown, 31-24. Bulldogs 24-21 at halftime, and the Titans have scored 10 here in the 3rd. And the Bulldogs with possession now at their own 47. There's a handoff to Gunner. Gunner going to the right side, dodges a tackler, dodges the second one now at the 45 in Titan territory and down to the 42-yard line. Looks like a gain of 11.
And after missing the tackle, Keon Griffin missed the tackle but didn't give up. And right there he missed the tackle, almost a face mask, and came back and got Gunnar Henderson.
The Mackay band members having fun. It's like they have invisible magic wands or something. 2:15 left on the clock, and Gunnar Henderson again gets the call, and this races this one up to the 37, a gain of 5. Bulldogs up to 140 yards rushing now. That surpasses their season average. We're still in the 3rd quarter.
When you put Gunnar Henderson in the backfield, Mark, they're used to Roy Gutierrez, who is slower than Gunnar, so Gunnar brings in the speed.
And we saw the Sabres dance team for the Titans. It's a handoff Henderson again on 2nd and 5. He's able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Excuse me, Gutierrez on the carry. And this will bring up 3rd down.
Actually lost a yard.
Yeah, Bulldogs haven't had a 3rd down conversion in this half. They're 2 for 8 in the game. They're facing a 3rd down and 5. Cortez in the gun. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Cortez looks left. Now rolling to his right. Going to throw this one. It's caught by Henderson at the 30. First down. Now racing to the 20. But trying to get to the far side of the field. At the 10. Turns the corner and knocked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Great play there by Gunnar Henderson, who's just full of big plays here tonight. A 33-yard pass from Cortez to Henderson.
And great poise by J.C. Cortez, did not panic. And making the throw with pressure. And you know what good legs and speed will do for you.
Yeah, 33 yards on 3rd and 11. The Bulldogs have it 1st and goal at the 4. As they hand this off, this is Gunnar Henderson in the backfield. Touchdown. Henderson is in for his 2nd touchdown of the evening, and the Bulldogs 1 point away from tying up this football game. Bulldogs will be on the extra point unit. And C.J. Gonzalez to hold it. Good snap, good hold. And it's up, and it is good. And nice kick there by Francisco Camacho, and our score is tied with 49 seconds left in the third quarter. We're tied 31-31. Terrific ball game here developing here at the football night at McAllen. So we take a look at this replay. And that's Henderson slicing right up the middle for the score. And we're all tied up. We'll be back here on football night in McAllen.
Get back to the basics of car buying at Bogus. With more selection, real deals, respect for your time, and a fair price up front. Come see why it's better at Bogus. In Harlingen, in McAllen, and always at BogusFord.com.
And we're back here on football night at McAllen. Let's take a look at the play that set up the touchdown. This is a 33-yard completion on 3rd and 11 to Gunnar Henderson. He raced all the way to the opposite end of the field, turned that quarter and got all the way to the 4, maybe the 3, and then carried it over from there. 4-yard run for the touchdown. Henderson's second of the game, his 6th of the year. And the Bulldogs and Titans are tied at 31. Here's Kiner on the return from inside his own 10, and he's going to be hit at only about the 19. Great defending there by the Bulldogs.
Nathan Godinez and Robbie Maldonado.
Bulldogs have 153 yards rushing tonight, 79 through the air.
And this is a good comeback game for the Bulldogs, because we know last week it didn't go very well. But that's what happens, Mark, when you stay in the game early, give yourself opportunities. They made some good plays. So it's going to be all about the fourth period, fourth quarter.
43 seconds left in the quarter, 1st and 10, handed off to Tomlinson, hit in the backfield, but dodges that one, crosses the 20. Now it's a first down and more, still going at the 30, breaks another tackle and spins his way up past the 45. Splendid running there by the big junior running back.
That run there, Mark, should get him close to, I don't want to exaggerate, but it looks like he's had like close to 200 yards.
Yeah, 27 yards on that run alone. They give it to Tomlinson again. This time maybe a little bit winded, gets only 3.
It's a strong runner, good balance, very smart, follows his blockers, got great moves, and he's fast.
And as a team, the East Titans are now over 200 yards rushing as we've come to the end of 3 quarters of play. And we're all tied 31-31. We've got a heck of a ball game here. Stick around for the finish as we go to break. 31-31 our score. You're watching football night in McAllen.
At Rio Bank, our goal is to help you grow and prosper with the right financial tools, quality customer service, and banking done with honesty and integrity. Rio Bank, your kind of bank, your kind of banker.
Back here for the fourth quarter here on football night in McAllen. The Titans and Bulldogs tied at 31. Look at the stats for Mackay: 153 yards on the ground, 79 through the air. And they have 16 first downs tonight. Victoria East, 210 yards on the ground, 181 through the air, and 17 first downs.
Coach Kevin Brewer has to be happy so far.
So teams have switched ends as the Titans now going from left to right. First down, it's Baker crossing midfield and down to the Bulldog 42 and picks up a first down.
Good run by Baker, nothing fancy, just a rollout, see what he could get out of it. But once again, Brandon Tummelson out in front, leading with a good block.
And now a pass downfield is incomplete. That'll bring up second down. I think that intended receiver was Gregory. Oh, the PA announcer announces it was intended for Flinner, number 10, instead of number 12. So second down and 10. They're going to sweep this to the right. This is Tomlinson, has big yardage there as a flag goes down. Has the first down and more. Cuts back inside. Now at the 20. 2 men chasing him. He's at the 5, and it's a touchdown. Tomlinson from 42 yards out carries it into the end zone, but I think this will come back.
Wow, Mark. It might come back, but what a run by Tomlinson.
Yeah, great running instincts as he was going right, then cut it inside, and then was able to...
On the offense, number 87, 10 yards from the previous spot. We'll replay, second down.
Able to knife his way between two defenders into the end zone to complete a 42-yard apparent touchdown, but as you heard from referee Ford Sasser, that's going to come back.
And what Tomlinson does, Mark, it did look like a block on the back, but what he does, look at the way he's able to change directions. Real smooth, real calm, very confident.
So Victoria is pushed back into their own territory now at their own 48-yard line following the penalty. They put 4 receivers to the right side of the field, 1 to the left. That's Flinter alone on the left side. And Baker alone in the gun. He's going to throw this to the right side. This is caught by Buckner. And Buckner with a flanker screen isn't going to go anywhere, just up to the 49. It's a gain of only 1.
And Daniel Chiquito, Mark, with a big play because they were actually blocking him. He was able to fend off the person that was blocking him right there and made the tackle.
Yeah, that was Daniel Chiquito. Fought off the block and was able to wrap him up and then wait for some teammates to pull Buckner down.
Nicely done.
Daniel Chiquito, number 20 there, junior defensive back. Now on 3rd and 19, they complete a pass to Gregory, and Gregory is close to the original line of scrimmage, but well short of the first down.
And it looks like the Titans are going to punt, but the Bulldogs better be ready. They need a big special teams play here as Gunnar Henderson is back to receive the punt.
Yeah, it's a big stop for the Bulldogs here on 4th and 9. So you see Henderson, who has 2 touchdowns tonight, back to receive. And they're going to kick it over Henderson's head. It goes into the end zone for a touchback, and that'll come out to the Bulldog 20-yard line with 10-12 to play here in the 4th quarter. We're all tied 31-31. So a real shootout going on here at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
I was hoping Henderson would go back there and grab it and see if he could also add to his 100-yard kickoff return.
He leads the team in all-purpose yardage, rushing, receiving, and return yards. And added to his total here tonight with a 100-yard kickoff return for a TD. Also has a 4-yard touchdown run and a 33-yard catch earlier that helps set up the 4-yard run. And here's Henderson out of the backfield. It's an adjustment they've made in this second half that has worked well for the Bulldogs as he crosses the 20 up to about the 22.
I don't even know how he was able to gain 2 yards on that one, Mark. He should have lost at least 3 or 4.
You see the replay.
Nothing opened up, nothing.
Yeah, the Titans were all over him.
41, 24, 90, 45.
Clock under 10 minutes to go here in the game. Tie ball game, 2nd down and 8. Snap to Cortez, play action. Now he's going to throw it to Henderson. Short pass at the 21, breaks a tackle and gets up across the 30. It should be enough for a first down.
And all the gadgets there is the only reason Gunnar Henderson was open, because you'd never want to leave Gunnar Henderson alone in the open field. Buckner coming in there making sure. He got enough yards for a first down, Mark.
Yep, picked up 10 on 2nd and 8. Henderson in the backfield now with Cortez. Cortez going to hand this off or fake it to Gutierrez. Now a quick toss to Dylan Martinez, who he breaks a tackle and it crosses the 40, and he has a first down up to about the 43-yard line.
And that play right there, Mark, is all about the play-faking ability by J.C. Cortez. The defender didn't know whether he had hand off the ball or not.
The Bulldogs doing a good job with these short passes, and then they're the receivers are able to break tackles and produce first downs. So snap to Cortez. Going to hand this off for real this time to Gutierrez. And Gutierrez across the 45 up to about the 47. And a gain of 4 on the play.
Now when you start having your passing game working for you and Gunner as a decoy, and then all of a sudden Roy Gutierrez, who has had a fine night, Mark, things start to open up in your playbook and makes it a lot easier.
Saw Gutierrez, he has a touchdown in this game. That man Henderson has 2 in this game. And Cortez, the quarterback, has the other one. He also had a field goal in the last play of the first half as they hand off. Gutierrez spins off one tackler, but a swarm of Titans are there to push him back, and maybe he got the line of scrimmage.
Mark Alvarado, and also number 90, Maleki Adams.
Yeah, it's a loss of 3 yards on the play.
3rd and 9. I think this is a big down, Mark.
Bulldogs 3 for 9 on 3rd down. Just over 8 minutes to go with 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Cortez, plenty of time, now flushed out of the pocket and fires, and this is intercepted at the 35-yard line. Back come the Titans across the 50 and then down at the Bulldog 49-yard line. That's Jacoby Robinson who made the interception. And it's a second turnover tonight by the Bulldogs.
And we'll see what happens with this turnover, Mark. The mark of a good team is not only when you get your turnovers, what do you do with it? The pocket broke down, and anytime you make a quarterback throw on a run, the ball came out a little wobbly.
He wasn't able to set as he was throwing, and like you said, threw on the run, and the pass came up short of his intended target.
And who made the tackle?
Gunnar Henderson on the tackle there. As we see on the 1st and 10, a run by Quincy Johnson.
You know, the Bulldog defense has done a good job here in the last possessions, but can they do it again?
So 4-yard pickup.
Let's not forget that the Titans scored a touchdown, but it was a penalty brought it back.
There's a quick pass again to Johnson at the 40-yard line and knocked out of bounds at about the 38 by Helmkamp. And let's see if this is the first down, and it is.
Yes, it is.
And the Titans closing in on 200 yards passing. They're up to 198. 4-man rush by the Bulldogs as they fake it to Tomlinson, and Baker keeps it to the left side. Bulldogs not fooled though. Great tackle.
Moya.
Ethan Moya. This will be a loss of 3.
Getting the right angle. A rare 3-yard loss.
2nd and 13 now. 3 receivers. And right there on the left side.
Call.
Is the,
Good call by the official on that one. Very obvious, number 5.
So that moves the ball back
Credit
to
to
the
Dennis Cantu.
Mackay 45 because it was 15 yards from the spot of the foul. So the block was downfield, so it ends up being a net loss of 4 yards there. So 2nd down and 17. The Bulldog 45. Hand this off. Tomlinson trying to go left side. Turns that corner. Breaks a tackle at the 40. Hit. Still going. Now at the 30-yard line. And 2 Bulldogs finally bring him down after a gain of 15. Got all the penalty yardage back.
What an entertaining running back this kid is, Mark. Did you see how he ran over someone downfield? He is tired.
He's going to have a lot of bruises tomorrow. He's taken so many shots.
Who was that running back that looked like he was always tired coming into the huddle, and then they gave him the ball? And
I know Earl Campbell was like that. Jim Brown was famous for that too.
Check out how he runs over right there. Oh, something that defender number 6 is going to remember. Jack Bramble.
And there's Tomlinson going left side and nowhere to go this time as 4 Bulldogs are there to tackle him.
3.
Rene Garcia
Carlos
in there.
Rivera.
Yeah, Carlos Rivera also in there.
Also Rene Garcia. So early on, the Bulldogs had a big 3rd and 8, and now it's the Titans' turn. A 4th and 4. But Mark, their playbook is wide open, running or passing. They look like they're going to pass.
This is the first time they've gone for it on 4th down. Play action over the middle. It's incomplete. Intended for Dari Patton.
Big victory for the defense.
Incomplete. And the Bulldogs hold, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that draws a big cheers from the fans, high fives from the coaches. And the Bulldogs with a stellar defensive stand.
Defensive
And a tie game,
coordinator
31-31.
Tracy Hamilton has to be happy.
So Bulldogs with the ball at their own 32-yard line. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Bulldogs have 2 timeouts to work with. So our tie game. Here's Roy Gutierrez. Gutierrez hops his way up for a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
We know that at this time of the game, Mark, with the score tied 31-31, Bulldogs cannot afford a turnover.
So the clock running at 5:05 to go in the game. The Bulldogs can get a drive going here. Could be enough to put the Titans away. We're still tied as they hand off to Cortez, hands this off. Looks like Gutierrez up to about the 39-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. There'll be 3rd and short.
Nothing fancy about this play, Mark. Just give it to Gutierrez, and he refused to go down. There was at least 3 or 4 Titan defenders trying to bring him down.
Caleb Arambula in there on the tackle.
28,
Corbin
8,
Ramos.
30.
Number 30, Jeremy Gutierrez.
Where's
3rd down
Gunnar
and 3 here
Henderson?
for the Bulldogs. You hand this off. Gunnar Henderson going right side. Gets around the corner. 1st down. And still going up near the 49-yard line. Gain of 10 on 3rd down and 3.
Where's Gunnar Henderson? Right there, Mark. Got to go with one of your playmakers. And a different kind of back, Mark, because he's got a lot of speed.
Yeah, it was a good call there. You got it. What's the old coach's cliche? You got to dance with who brung you.
Absolutely.
Whoever
He's
brought
had
you
a
to the dance. That's who
great
you
ball game today.
stick with. You got to stick with your good guys. And they hand this off on 1st down. This doesn't go anywhere. It'll be bottled up. Clock closing in on 4 minutes left to play. Bulldogs with still half a field to go with as we take a look at the replay, and Gutierrez with just nowhere to run.
And this kind of drive, Mark, is a drive that can define your season.
There's a loss of 2, so 2nd and 12 now. Cortez will hand this off. This is Gunnar Henderson with room at midfield. Crosses into Titan territory up to the 46-yard line. And it's a gain of 7.
And anytime Gunnar Henderson carries the ball, Mark, they want to keep him between the hash marks so he gets those openings. Because everybody keys in on making sure he doesn't go to the outside.
I think he's the type of player that whenever he gets the ball, everyone holds their breath. Something exciting is going to happen. 3rd down and 5. Handoff. Gunnar Henderson again. Breaks a tackle behind the line. Surges forward and has the 1st down. Power running there from the wide receiver. He's been acting as a tailback for much of this 2nd half and has these Bulldogs on the move.
And I like the way after they tackle him, he gets up so fast, he's ready for the next play. And you can tell just by looking at him on the screen that he wants the ball.
Yeah, he doesn't ever seem to be tired. Clock is under 3 minutes to go now. Bulldogs have it at the Titan 40. 2 men in the backfield, Gutierrez and Henderson. This will be Gutierrez, and he'll cross to about the 38-yard line. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Tackle made by the defensive end, Malachi Adams.
Adams having a very good ball game. Are they going to try to give Henderson a pitch out, maybe to the right? See, he's got enough speed. Since the ball is on the left hash mark, let's see what happens.
2nd down and 8. They're going to give this to Henderson, trying to go to the short side, trying to get around that corner, and not much running room there. and picked up maybe a yard.
See, Mark, that's why I wanted them to go to the right. Devin Patton.
And this will bring up 3rd down. You see the tackle made by Devin Patton.
And you got to be thinking at a 3rd and 7 mark that it's probably two down territory. You got 2 downs to try to get those 7 yards. Keep the drive alive.
Still out of field goal range at this point. From here, it would be about a 54-yard field goal as Cortez rolls out right side, tries to enter Henderson on the right. It goes incomplete. Didn't have enough air under the ball as it was kind of on a flat plane. Henderson unable to bring that in. Otherwise, he might have picked up the 1st down as he needed only 7. He did have a defender in front of him, but probably could have juked him. And
that was a tough catch, Mark, because J.R. Cortez ball a little bit high, but the Bulldogs are going to have to play it safe, Mark, and they're going to have to punt.
Yeah, I don't want to take chances here. If you turn it over on downs, East still has 2 timeouts, 2:07 on the clock. You want to pin them deep.
Are we heading into overtime, Mark?
Could be. So we see Solis's punt. It's going to go high, and it's going to bounce at the 1 and go back out of the end zone for a touchback.
Oh, that was scary. I bet you Coach Gonzalez was a little scared of that one.
And with 1:59 to go in the game, you might see overtime looming. We're tied at 31. Victoria East has the ball at their own 20. You see the Bulldogs there on the sideline. Gunnar Henderson getting some congratulatory slaps on his shoulder pads. And what a gutsy game these Bulldogs have played here tonight, both offense and defense. And even the kicking game has come alive. They had the kickoff return for a touchdown. They had a 24-yard field goal in the last play of the first half. And they are tied with this Victoria East team, a team that went, was it 3 rounds deep last year?
That is correct.
And here's a handoff on 1st down. This is strung out by Helmkamp, who's had a whale of a second half.
He has.
Quincy Johnson on the carry.
They're under the hurry-up offense.
Just 1 yard, and now a hurry-up offense. They hand this off. It's kind of a razzle-dazzle. It goes to Johnson on the left side, and he has the 1st down and more. He's into the open field, and now is an open field tackle there made at about the 41-yard line. Murillo made the tackle.
If he does not have that tackle, it looked like Quincy Johnson was going to have a big open field to the right side. Right there, Mark.
Wish we had a chance to look at that again as they had some misdirection in the backfield, but Johnson ended up with a big gain of 20 yards. Here they go to their other running back, Buckner, who is hit, loses the football. Coach Kevin Brewer all excited down there, but I think the ball was ruled out of bounds. And it's in Bulldog territory at the 47.
Boy, that's another good offensive play. The fumble was definitely a fumble, Mark. But the ball did go out of bounds. Referee Dennis come to right on top of the play.
Oh, so close. A game of inches. Minute 10 to go. Here's a pitch out left side. Ball is loose on the turf, fumbled, but picked up by Buckner. And he's going to be corralled by a bunch of Bulldogs. Loss.
The Titans
back
are going to have
Titan
to take
48.
a timeout.
Loss of 5 on the play. And I think have the Titans called timeout. There's a timeout on the field with 58 seconds left.
Victoria East. Timeout was called at 59.4 seconds.
So they're going to put 1 second back on the clock at 59 seconds. We're tied at 31. Titans have 1 timeout left. And the Bulldogs have 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, what kind of strategy do you think the coaches are talking about, Mark? How about you take the defensive side?
Well, for the defense, I think you stay on the lookout for Tomlinson.
Absolutely.
He's had some really big runs here, especially in the second half. It's easier said than done, but
I would say they need about 25 yards, maybe. Because that field goal kicker, he's showing a good leg.
The wind blowing a little bit into the faces of the Titans right now. As on 2nd and 15, Baker rolls out to pass, and this is incomplete, intended for Flinter, who was running an out pattern on the left side.
And he was open. It looked like Grant Baker put it where he needed to put it, but it was not caught.
And there we see the American flag. You can tell the wind is blowing toward the left, which is into the face of the Titans right now, so they would be kicking into the wind any potential field goal. Facing a 3rd and 15 right now with 54 seconds to play. They're still in their own territory at the Titan 48. So we're going to hand this off. Tomlinson, the Dodgers one tackler in the backfield, then hit at the line of scrimmage and brought down a solo tackle by guess who? Helmkamp, who has just had a sensational second half.
Helmkamp. Next time I see his mother at the restaurant, I'm going to make sure I let her know what a great game he's having. Solo tackle, especially on Tomlinson, makes it extra special.
Held him to just a gain of a yard. And the clock is running right now, so neither team electing to stop it, and they're going to wait for overtime.
We're going overtime, Mark.
The Titans facing a 4th and 14. If they run a play and don't get the first down, they turn it over on down, so not wanting to do that.
Let me lead you on this one. Tell me about overtime rules.
Well, we have a CG with the overtime rules. We'll show in just a moment.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Now the clock stops with 6.8 seconds left. I think the Titans using their last timeout to prevent the delay of game call.
There's no kickoffs on overtime, that's correct?
Yeah, no kickoffs in overtime. Teams start at the 25-yard line and alternate possessions.
Is it almost the same as the college rule?
Exactly the same as the college rule.
You don't, if you win the coin flip, you don't want to be the team that takes the offense first, right? Because you want to see what the other team does.
Yeah,
So
most teams choose to play defense first in overtimes. We're 7 seconds away from an overtime here. This non-district action, Victoria East out of District 27-5A against the McAllen Bulldogs, District 36A. Both open up their district action next week. So this is an excellent test for both teams. And now on 4th down, the Titans will punt the football. And this will be not returned. It goes out of bounds at about the 15-yard line with 2 seconds left. Actually, it's 0.2 of a second. So the Bulldogs will just have to snap at one time, and we'll have overtime.
So what a great defensive stand by the Bulldogs. And give credit to Helmkamp on that open field tackle on Tomlinson.
There's our overtime rules, by the way. So we're about to head to overtime. The game clock is turned off. The coin toss determines who goes first, or you have the choice of going first or going second. The teams will alternate possession starting at the 25-yard line. And the overtime just continues until that tie is broken. Of course, if one team scores on the first overtime, then the other team has a chance on their possession to try to tie it up.
So it's OT time, folks.
Yep. So the Bulldogs down it, and we're going to overtime. Standing ovation for the Bulldogs here with this terrific game that they played. We're tied at 31. As we head to overtime, we'll take a break, and we'll be back with the coin flip and the start of the overtime in just a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
McAllen ISD is the heartbeat of the community. Students can earn up to 60 college credit hours and even an associate's degree while still in high school, saving families time and money. McAllen ISD, excellent since 1908.
And back here for exciting overtime action here on Football Night in McAllen. Boy, it just doesn't get any better than this. 31-31 our score. Neither team scored in the fourth quarter. They had 28 combined points in the first quarter. And then the Bulldogs outscored East 10-7 in the second quarter, led 24-21 at halftime. And then the third quarter, it was East outscoring the Bulldogs 10-7. No score in the fourth quarter. And we're tied at 31. For the Bulldogs, their touchdowns, Gunnar Henderson had 2 touchdowns. And then the quarterback, J.R. Cortez, had a touchdown, and the running back, Roy Gutierrez, ran for a touchdown.
And here's where the coaches come and meet at the middle of the field, not the captains.
For Victoria East, Flinter caught a 43-yard pass from Baker, and Griffin had an interception return for a touchdown. Tomlinson had a run for a touchdown, and the quarterback Baker also carried it in for a score. And there we see the 2 respective head coaches, Roland Gonzalez in the red shirt, Coach Kevin Brewer in the white. Ford Sasser is the referee in the white cap. Explaining the overtime rules. You know, trivia question here, Mario. One of these 2 teams was the very first in the state of Texas to ever play an overtime game. Which one was it?
Well, Mark, I think since you've covered a lot of McAllen ISD schools, I would have to say the Bulldogs.
You're right. You're right, sir. Yeah, the
Were you
McAllen
here
Bulldogs.
calling that game?
Didn't cover that game, but I just remember it happening the early 1990s when the overtime rules came in. And Mackay and Rio Grande City went into overtime.
Victoria East has won the toss.
There you
They've
go.
chosen to play on
Well,
defense.
you can see
McAllen
the
has chosen to
announcement
play
there.
at the north end of the field.
Victoria East winning the toss, and they're going to go defense first, like you pointed out, Mario.
That's
the
what they do
teams
all the
usually
time.
like to do that first in the overtime. That way they know exactly what they need to get when it becomes their possession.
Correct. So this has been a fun game, Mark. What other stats bring?
Well, our fourth quarter stats for Mackay, 187 yards on the ground. They had exactly 100 through the air, so 287 total yards and 20 first downs for the Bulldogs. Victoria East with 262 yards rushing in the game. That's actually below their average of 274. And 198 yards through the air, so 460 yards of total offense for Victoria East, and also 20 first downs for them. So both teams 20 first downs each.
You know, and even though there's 31 points, we know they scored on a pick 6. So the Bulldog defense has done a wonderful job. They've had some key stops in the game. If not, this game would be out of hand.
Indeed, they have. And keep in mind, this Victoria East team, although a 5A team, went deep in the playoffs last year, losing to the eventual state champion, Cal Allen. And it'll be the Bulldogs starting off first. They'll be advancing toward the north end zone, so they'll have the wind at their backs, and they'll be moving from right to left as they hand off to Gutierrez on first down. He's bottled up at the line of scrimmage.
And in overtime, Mark, things happen very fast. They happen very fast. Try to at least get some points on the board.
See on the replay there. Tackled by Devin Patton with a couple of teammates.
So far, the running of Gunnar Henderson has paid off here in the second half.
Second down and 10. They'll give it to Henderson going to the left side. That's the short side. And he's going to lose yardage back to the 28. So it'll be third down and 13.
Good job by Dylan. Doing a good job on the defensive side. Abram DeLeo.
So the ball spotted at the Bulldog 28. Third down and 13. See what they can do here. Earlier in the fourth quarter, Henderson had a 33-yard completion on a 3rd and 11 play. Cortez forced back to throw, hits Gutierrez. Gutierrez well short of the first down as he's tackled at the 27.
Good pressure on the defensive side by number 90. Does not get credit for a tackle. Malachi Adams, and he's had a very nice game.
Now in overtime, there's no need to punt the football. On fourth down, you either go for it or kick a field goal.
They're probably going for a field goal, Mark, which is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, ball at the 27, so it's fourth down and 12. So they're going to elect for the field goal as C.J. Gonzalez comes out there, and he'll be at the, looks like he'll be just shy of the 34-yard line. So this will be a 44-yard attempt from the right hash. And there's a line drive kick, and it hits the back of the crossbar, but no, it's no good.
And that's why you want to see what your opponent does, because now you know you're going to try to go for a touchdown, but Mark, if they gain at least 10 yards, they'll have a shorter field.
And yeah, it was wide to the right. I was wrong about hitting the crossbar.
I was
It's
going
just
to
my
ask
depth
you, Mark,
perception
what
way
are you
off.
what are you looking at? Your body's not used to an overtime, maybe.
I guess not. Earlier in the game, the last play of the first half, the Bulldogs hit a 24-yard field goal that
Maybe
put
that's
them in the
what you were
lead at the
thinking
time. But this 44-yard field goal is no good. So the Titans need any kind of score, and they win the game. Here's Tomlinson on first down and 10. Crossing at the 20, now at the 15, first down, still going and fighting all the way to the 10-yard line, picks up 15 yards.
Now that already puts them in field goal territory, Mark. But we know they have a real good field goal kicker. But did you see how he got that pitch out, Mark, and he took his time, let all the blockers in front of him develop, and then he goes, check it out, Mark, how he's taking his time, and then all of a sudden he puts it in and breaks the tackle.
Yeah, broke at least 3 tackles on that play before he was finally brought down.
Uh-oh.
Ethan Moya, as they fumble the football and have to go dive on it. That's Baker, who saves the possession for his team, but
That
loses
was
yardage.
Not good, Mark. That was not good. What a break for the Bulldogs.
And simply on the shotgun snap went through his hands.
I think they'll go for some kind of handoff, Mark, and see what they get. And maybe go for a, why risk it? Why risk a fumble or another bad play?
Yeah, so second down and goal from the 20. Handoff Tomlinson. No room up the middle, bounces outside and then pulled down. Great defensive play there by Murillo, the linebacker, and also with some help from Gagne.
I think they'll go for a field goal now, Mark. Even though it's third down. They've actually lost 11 yards. So that's going to make it a longer field goal. And they are going for a field goal. 37 yards.
Third down. Now, the only reason you would do this is because if there's a mishap and they don't get the kickoff, they'll still have fourth down to try to get something. So this will be from 37 yards away. Truggett for the win, and it hits the upright and goes in, and it's good. And the Titans have won the game, 34-31.
I think Coach Brewer was trying to call a timeout.
Boy, that is just. I think Brewer, arguing with the official that he was trying to get a timeout, but the play is going to stand. And boy, that is a tough break as Truggett, the kicker, on a 37-yard attempt, hits the left upright and it bounces through and is good. And it's 34-31 is the score. And of course, it's overtime. So once the tie is broken after they've had an even number of possessions, the game is over. The Titans win it in overtime, 34-31. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to have our post-game show coming up. That'll be live on McAllen ISD's Facebook page. You can also see it here at McAllenISD.org. It'll be our post-game show with Jake Berry coming right up as the Titans win a squeaker here, 34-31, to improve to 2-1 on the season. The Bulldogs slip to 1-3, but a terrific, well-played game by the Bulldogs. So we'll take a look at some highlights here. A lot of highlights for the Bulldogs here in this game. I think something they can build on as they head to district play, which will begin next week on the road in La Jolla. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Mark May with Mario Reyna. We'll leave you with a look at some highlights as we get ready for our post-game show here on Football Night in McAllen. Hope you enjoyed it.
Sit. Don't bust your ass.
Welcome to the sideline. I'm Jake Berry alongside Maddie Kaufman. Maddie, this was an incredible game tonight.
Yeah, it definitely was. If you would have told me right before the game that the score was going to be 34-31 in the overtime, I wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah, a great Victoria East team coming down here to face off against our McAllen Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs came out firing.
They
with
really did.
Gunnar Henderson in that touchdown.
Gunnar Henderson, that senior had a heck of a game tonight. How many touchdowns did he have? Like 3? 2? 3?
We'll find out right now when
Yeah, we'll
Coach
find out
Brewer
right now
comes
when we
in,
get the stats. That first touchdown run, that kickoff return, that was magnificent. 100 yards, right?
Yeah, and a great defensive intensity from the Bulldogs tonight to stop that vaunted Victoria East running attack.
They really did.
So the game ended in a 34-31 overtime loss, but nevertheless, the Bulldogs look poised going into district. So we're going to have Coach Brewer step in just a second, but let's take a look at some of the highlights from tonight's game. Gunnar Henderson had a superb offensive day for the Bulldogs. And all in all, the Bulldogs offense came alive tonight, scoring 31 points, normally averaging about 20 points per game. And there's the opening kickoff right there. Gunnar Henderson will take this one straight to the house. Maddie, your impressions on that move?
Yeah, this was one of my favorite plays, the very, very beginning. It set the tone for the whole game. He had a heck of a game tonight.
All right, we're going to have Coach Kevin Brewer step in after his team huddles up right now, but going into district, and you're the daughter of a head coach, been
Yes,
on the
sir.
sideline before, played collegiately. You know, what does this do for you playing a game like this?
Playing a game like this, especially going into district next week, it's a huge plus. This game was huge. Yes, the Bulldogs didn't take the win, but this definitely put them in great contention for the district title. It's going to be hard with Memorial Mustangs in the mix, but you know, Mac High, the way they played tonight, they have a chance. They have a chance against Memorial. They really do.
And I do have to say, send a shout out to the offensive coordinator for Victoria East, who was a former Valleyite with Spencer Gant, coached at San Benito, and also was a OC at Harlingen and Los Fresnos.
You-
and so,
You know everyone, don't you?
well, you know, been around. But all in all, I'm very impressed with the Bulldogs tonight.
Yes, they played a heck of a game tonight. Their defense showed up with a pick. I think it was number 20 something. Yeah, no, he had a great interception and a great time that changed the whole momentum of the game. It was a great pick.
Let's go to a break real quick. When we come back, we'll hopefully have Kevin Brewer.
Ever since I was young, I've had a passion for science, and I really hope to change the world through chemistry. All right, welcome back to the sideline. I'm here with Coach Brewer. Coach,
incredible game. I'm looking, at the stats before this game. If games were played with stats, the edge went to Victoria East, but you guys came out firing.
Yeah, extremely proud of our kids. Came out with a lot of energy, very resilient. When adversity presented itself, I thought we did a great job of bouncing back. I thought all three phases really played well. Of course, there's some areas that we need to work on, but really proud of our kids' fight and their effort tonight.
Hey, measuring stick games. A lot of people like to look at measuring stick games, especially before district. This has to be a great measuring stick for you to see where your team's at.
Well, yeah, Victoria is a very good football team, and we like to play people like that, and it does give you an idea of certain areas that you've got to improve on going into district, and so this will be a good learning experience for us.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it, and have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys.
Stepping in with us will be Gunnar Henderson. We'll be brief, Gunnar. I know it's a tough game, but you came out firing tonight. You had the kickoff return. You had a number of big plays. Looking at where you guys started and where you're at right now, what can you say about tonight?
I thought we came together as a team and played really hard for each other. And I think all we need to do is just learn how to finish. And other than that, we can just move forward from this game.
All right. Just real quick on your kickoff return, right away. What did you see? Because it looked like everything opened up just right for you. You made a great cutback. What did you see?
My teammates made some great blocks, left me one-on-one with the kicker. And I just ran, but teammates made a great block for me. All props to them.
Well, Gunnar, thanks for coming up. It was a sensational game, and good luck in district.
Thank you.
Gunnar Henderson. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. A sensational game here from McAllen's Veterans Memorial Stadium. Thank you. We'll be back next week with Nikki Rowe and Waters Lincoln. And we'll see you next week.